We're on air.
Trying. There it goes.
Now we're live?
Now we should be live, although we're still live to unlisted.
I'm still alive.
You are alive. That's good.
Yeah.
I much appreciate that you are alive. So copy video URL. So at this point, we're pasting it over to Patreon, wherever that disappeared to. Checking for updates, of course. We have audio. Yeah, I see audio moving on the bars. This is how prepared I am.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Oh wait, we're doing something?
That kid is ripped.
That's little Hercules or whatever. Is this that's poles?
Reminds me of when I used to
There
coach. All those little kids were like little muscles walking around.
Paste. Enter. There we go.
Oh, that's us.
Hey, that's us. Now let me go and post it to my patrons as well, because not everybody's on Discord. Yeah.
It's Monday. I'm not all here yet.
Right.
Still have like some finishing touches to do. My brain's on that right now.
Yeah, we've only got one. We only got one camera turned on. So I got more cameras to turn on.
Yeah. You know, normally we do this stuff.
Normally we do this stuff about now.
Right?
Which makes it, yeah.
You want to see
so
behind the scenes? Behind the scenes.
Wait a minute.
What?
Oh, okay, there it is. Paste. There we go. Save. All right, so now it's updated on Patreon, as well as being on, so I got one playbacks. Hey, look, we have people here.
5 minutes of us going, what are we doing?
What are we doing? Pop out chat.
Click that.
Click the thing. It's the stuff. Artman 2019, there we go. Jared Rick Brox, I am here. Woo! Hey, how's it going, guys? You can hear us, right? As you're enjoying the whole, hey, what are we doing? We're clicking buttons.
Are we live?
Are we live? We need more caffeine.
Cheers.
Cheers. So we decided that Duct Tape Coffee is our favorite coffee brand. So I highly recommend Duct Tape Coffee. There's no better coffee cup to leave on your set for the Queen of Dragons to drink from than Duct Tape Coffee.
I heard on Spaceballs that they incorporated the styrofoam cups into the world.
Yes, I just saw that
Because
too.
everybody was leaving them
Yeah,
on set everywhere.
So fine, let's make it part of the show.
Ah, those water bottles. You gotta love them.
Right.
So many. Always, everywhere.
Classic Star Trek, they just had styrofoam cups, but they painted them gray. But Kirk was always drinking out of a styrofoam cup. It was just painted gray around the outside.
I can see that being space looking, because styrofoam does have a good shape to it, but I can't imagine that paint being safe.
It probably depends on what paint they use. I mean, it didn't
Well,
melt
it didn't-
styrofoam, so it couldn't be that bad.
I was going to say it didn't melt the styrofoam, but still.
All right, so I've got a wee little printer.
Printer!
Now, I do have, since it's a smaller item, I do have a smaller printer that we could use, but it's actually slower to print.
Yeah, no, let's use a fast one.
Okay. So for 3D printing, especially with the resin style printer, which is what you guys will correct me, the SLS, I think is what it is.
That's the
style
one
printing.
that I like better when I'm like, these prints are nice, these prints kind of suck.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
So these are the nice prints.
These is the good kind of prints.
Let me turn the cameras on.
I like the color.
Color's great. So
Feels like it's like the UV protector for your eyeballs, like at the dentist office.
that is exactly what it is.
Yeah. Filters out that blue light.
You know, what I think is funny in a way, I mean, it makes sense. They're going to want to use the most UV protective thing they can get a hold of. Acrylic plastic naturally blocks UV. It may not block it to the level of sunglasses and things, but it is a UV inhibitor naturally.
Glasses are made out of plastic, too.
Right.
So,
well, glass isn't so much, but
sunglasses.
But plastic
yeah,
sunglasses.
Plastic, yeah.
In fact, Lucasfilm found that out to a great problem shooting Dante's Peak. So they had the two Volcano movies that came out in the 90s. There's one called Volcano, where one appeared in L.A., and the other one was Dante's Peak with Pierce Brosnan, right? And I think, yeah, anyway. And the problem they had with that was they made all these really nice and detailed acrylic channels that the lava flow was going to go down, so they could control it, and then they could use it to mat it in around stuff later.
Okay.
So they built all these acrylic troughs out of acrylic, because they were acrylic, and then
Clear acrylic?
clear
Okay.
acrylic, just clear
I'm
transparent
like,
acrylic.
it wasn't PVC pipe. It was a clear
It was
acrylic
clear,
for a reason.
yeah,
Okay.
for a reason. And it was shallow and wide and followed the terrain that they needed it to follow to mat it in for stuff, because they're going to pour whatever fluorescent gel to represent the lava and underlight everything with black light in order to make it glow like lava. So they get it all set up, they're pouring it, they hit the black light, and nothing glows, because acrylic is a UV inhibitor. I found this out because I knew people that worked at Tap Plastics. So in a weekend, ILM had to go and buy out all the UV permissible acrylic, which is like 4 times the cost of normal acrylic.
So not only did they have to just double production, they had to quadruple.
Yeah, they had to quadruple.
Budgets.
Yep.
At that point.
Rip everything out, remake everything over one weekend so they can be back on track for scheduling. Yeah. And apparently they bought out like 4 or 5 Tap stores worth of the plastic, because they don't carry that much. They don't need that much.
Right?
Right.
Not too many black light lava parties.
No. So I do have one that I printed, and I did the one because 3D printers are notorious for just giving up and crapping out and not bothering. So there is, and there you go. There is that one.
I have a new ring now.
Yeah, you have a new ring now. Yes, the Witcher Medallion. Sorry we're not interacting with you guys much.
So
Yeah, Ben and Lynch, Witcher Medallion. Yep. What are we 3D printing today? Just the Witcher Medallion. The biggest 3D printer I got to print the smallest file. But it has everything to do with the time of it actually finishing, because Felicia wanted to do it. Now, if we set, we can set it up here. We can put the fluid in it. We can get it all kind of started to go. But if we start printing it, we don't want to move it while it's printing.
and I want to work on that, so I don't want to bump this
Yeah.
around. So
So-
we gotta put it.
Probably set it back here, which means
Ooh, can I see those? Are those more Power Rangers coins?
yeah. These are the coins that Joe Horde actually gave me. So yeah, and that's the mold.
I didn't get to see the coins.
So if I set this up back here, and I'll bring a camera back here, moving a lot of cameras
Power
around
Ranger
today.
coins. Dino. So what are people saying?
Yes, please talk to people. Isn't this exciting? Patreon only. We're getting set up stream.
Yep. They're just asking. We're printing the Witcher Medallion. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
And it
Okay.
takes 3 hours, so we're starting a little early so that we can get it done
Right.
in time.
Also, I have an appointment at 2:30, so I have a hard out at 2 o'clock today. So on top of trying to do something that takes a certain amount of time, I can't go along today.
Oh, that explains it. That's upside down. This looks like a giant piece of chewed up bubble gum.
Yep. Talking about the back of the medallion?
No, I'm talking about the mold.
Oh, the mold.
Yeah.
Yeah, the mold's cool though. I talked
Yeah.
about it in the video. It's because this is just bathroom silicone, which you use to fill in your bathtub and stuff.
Yeah, because making molds always seems like such a advanced technique, like for those people who, I'm like, really? I'm not gonna make a mold. I'm like, oh yeah, that's easy enough.
It is. It's very easy.
Yeah. Okay. So we're 3D printing.
So we're 3D printing. I should have enough of the resin here. Now we get you some gloves.
Shake well before use.
Ideally, we are to wear gloves and masks
Yeah.
dealing with this material.
Wear gloves and masks before use. Avoid direct skin contact. Wash with plenty of fresh water if there's any accidentally on skin.
Right.
Do not take orally. Keep away from children. Dang nabbit, that looks so delicious.
Yes. Oh, it does. It looks like a smoothie.
If printing big and solid models, please enable Raft-In Slicer software to increase the contact force to build plates, thereby minimizing model and warping and failures. Oh, it's already spilling.
All right.
Sorry.
So here's a pair of gloves to keep it off your skin. Those are actually out of Joe's glove box, so they should fit you.
Yay!
As opposed to my XL gloves. Good walk in front of the camera.
Okay. So you're setting up the camera so they can see what's going on?
Yeah. No, I'm gonna have a, well, it's whatever. Camera gets bumped, camera gets bumped. That's actually not as big of a problem. I should get a wider angle lens than this one.
Need some music to shake it to. Shake, 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 Sonora.
Yeah, there you are.
I know. Beetlejuice.
Yep. Oh, I knew what it was immediately. Okay. I only have 10 feet of cord, so I gotta make sure this thing's gonna fit over there.
Well, you can move it slightly this way, like a foot.
True. Come here. More power.
Odin sets up a cool shot.
Hey, it's exciting.
I know.
Here's the reality of doing stuff, guys.
Crafting live is boring, but oh well.
But oh well.
There's a reason you stitch a bitch.
Yeah.
Looks like people are saying hi.
Hello, people.
Art Man says we don't really ask questions while Odin's moving around because we know he won't get around to it yet.
Shh. Yeah, but you're welcome to try.
I was just saying that Felicia knows she doesn't have to check the chat. I think they are doing the wolf pendant. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you expect to finish the build today? Yes. We are pretty much finished with the build right now. There's just some little TLC that needs to just go on.
Right.
Some weathering or
Yeah, a little bit of weathering.
distressing that needs to happen. Distressing that needs to happen. And yeah, it's pretty much done. I wanted to add last set of grommets on the side seam. So that's the plan, to get the 3D print going, because it takes 3 hours to print that.
Right.
Odin's setting up the camera so we could set up the printer so we could get printing.
Yeah, well,
Exciting.
I can print it, and the live stream will be our backside, for the next 20 minutes.
Or we could just have the pre-printed one that Odin did, not on the live stream, practicing.
Right, making sure the stuff is going to work right.
But I've never done it, so this is
Oh, right. Ah, damn it. Never mind. Fine.
not that lens.
Right, this lens has a minimum f-stop, which means too dark. I can't open it up wide enough that you can actually see anything.
Yeah, you don't have lighting over there.
No, there's no light over there, so
No. Okay.
I'm going to have to put the camera a little closer, otherwise it's still going to be a ways away.
Camera problems.
Camera problems!
But yay for
Lens
having
problems.
cameras.
What's that?
Yay for having cameras.
Yay for having cameras.
Yeah. So yes, we expect to finish the build today, and then next week we plan on putting it on somebody. I even got some of that scarring stuff so that we could do the scar on the face. It's gonna be fun. So we'll see who ends up in it, but
Right.
we have plans.
We have plans.
We have plans. We'll see what happens.
Plans within plans. Yes, someone.
I'm just reading what people are saying.
Okay.
Because they're kind of talking to each other a little bit.
Oh, that's cool.
Something's Ben and Lynch's second favorite, but I don't know what. It's hard to. Okay.
It's hard to keep up.
Just follow the flow. Live.
Live, yeah.
Yes. So does this glow in the dark?
That particular stuff does not glow in the dark. No.
But it's
I
just
don't
glow in the
think I
dark
have.
color.
It's kind of glow in the dark color, yeah. But that's right, because it totally looks like.
Yeah, it looks
Not
like
only
it
does
should.
it look like it's glow in the dark, it looks like it's fluorescent.
Yes.
And it doesn't do that either.
Is it acrylic? No, it's resin.
It's resin.
Yeah, it's-
So no, it's not. It's not even acrylic. It's it's stuff. Let's see.
Yay! You have a printer
I
cam.
have a printer cam. Is that? got a pretty good reflection off Mechagodzilla. That looks like it's in focus. Maybe I need to put a t-shirt or something over, or move Mechagodzilla to get rid of the reflection.
You know, I would have not known that was what that was until you told me.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's his neck.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right. I don't know how to use my own machine. I'm hitting the wrong button.
I'll move Mechagodzilla.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, yay!
Yeah. Yeah, simpler Mechagodzilla build this week because I've had a pretty interesting weekend, pretty interesting last couple days. So instead of doing the pants like I said I've been doing forever, I took the turntable and incorporated it into the neck, so now the head spins freely. And tonight, if I can, I want to put in a mechanism so the mouth will open. And that's all that I'm really doing for Mechagodzilla this week. But hey, Mechagodzilla video, because it's finally coming out in the States. It's been out overseas. It came out this last Friday. So, and it's already done pretty good overseas. So, yeah.
That's one of those ones that I actually want to see in the theater.
I've got tickets to go see it at IMAX.
It's been a while.
In fact, Joe's going to go with me, so it's kind of cool.
Nice.
Since I'm not used to it, I tripped over the tripod myself. I turned around and kicked it because, you know, it's something typically isn't here.
Yeah, you got a little extra leg sticking out to trip you.
Yep.
Someone's asking who's going to be Roach, and I've decided Toby. Out of Toby and Bruno. Yeah, it's gonna be Toby.
Oh. Okay. All right.
All right.
So, sorry. Let's see.
Sorry, I ran off coffee there.
That's okay.
So we need to get this stuff. We need
that
that stuff, and then we also need to make this tell that to do.
To do stuff.
To do stuff. So we're still setting up. Yay! Exciting crafting.
My door just shut. Be shut.
Yes.
Alrighty. So I've got the. It's just a USB stick. Is all it takes to actually tell it what's going on. I've got the file on there already. So I found a Witcher Medallion online from Thingiverse. I wrote it down, but I don't have it memorized right now. And so that's all I printed. I used the slicer, the photon slicer, because Anycubic has their own version of the Cura slicer, and that's what I used to actually do the slicing. Slicing is when you take a 3D object. So this exists in the computer as a bunch of polygons, right?
Yeah.
And then on the slicer, it has a virtual representation of what the printer plate's going to be. And so I orient that in a way where things are fairly well supported. And because, what does that mean? You have to do rafting.
Gravity.
Gravity is a thing. And when you're printing, even though the build plate in the program shows it orientation like this up, because that's how all 3D printers have been, for this type of printer, it's actually hanging upside down because it dips it every time.
Yes, because when you were printing the Geralt, he was upside down.
He was upside down, yeah.
I really thought. Anyways, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So there's a plate that's going to go up and down constantly, which is.
Should I push camera 2?
Yeah, go ahead, hit camera 3.
3. There you go.
Which is this plate here. Hopefully the lid's enough out of the way. But you got the build plate.
Oh, we were on. Are we? No.
Yeah, all of a sudden I've got my my preview and program's working on the switcher like it updated. Because you used to just hit the button and he'd go, but you see how the one's green?
Yeah, that's why I was confused. Did it even go to the
right.
Preview is not what's on air, is it?
No, red is what's on air. Preview is what we're going to cut to. So it's like okay.
Okay, so.
Yeah, so it's like great. I'm so glad that at the last minute that decided to change on me. Yeah. So we have the build plate. So the build plate is what is sitting on the arm, and that goes down into the resin and then comes up a little bit. And what ends up happening, there's a LCD screen.
That's good.
Yeah. So I'm actually going to orient it to kind of sit in such a way, but there's an LCD screen that has black light LEDs underneath it. And what the screen does is it blacks out areas. It's just like an old school calculator. It's just on and off. It's not trying to do colors.
Yeah.
And it's Ultra HD, so it's, crazy level of resolution. And you are effectively silk screening. It is, if you think about it as like silk screening a t-shirt,
yeah,
it's exactly the same thing. You create a layer, which is a single screen, and this thing adjusts to being however little bit of a millimeter, 0.1 millimeter, 0.2 millimeter, whatever it is. And that's your layer. That's how much plastic gets exposed to the UV light, which causes the plastic to set up. The plastic that isn't exposed to the light doesn't set up, and it sits there for a couple of seconds, and then the light turns off, and the lifting plate lifts up, which peels the exposed resin off of there's a little plastic layer, a little film on the bottom of the tub we put the plastic in. It's flexible, so as it lifts up, it can peel off. And then fresh stuff comes underneath, and it sets back down and does it again. And it does it for, it's like 400 and some odd layers for this guy.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Hopefully I explained that kind of okay.
And I like how sharp the little tiny teeth are.
Actually, this thing's pretty cold. Hopefully this isn't going to be a problem.
Well, the heater's right there. Would that affect anything?
It could.
It could. Yeah, that's a different process than the extruder.
Yes. So
That's probably why it's more of a solid piece.
Oh yeah, it's totally solid.
Yeah.
And unlike the extruder, which is just hot glue over and over and over again, building it up. Yeah. You get really defined edges. I really, really like this type of printer. This is the type of printing that I wanted, that I was expecting to get with FDM printing and wasn't getting.
Right?
Because I felt like that was a huge disappointment.
Disappointments. All right.
Disappointments. All right. So I'm going to, since I pulled the plate off and talked about it, I'm going to quickly try to level the plate. All these things I forgot about.
Yeah, you have a lovely room over there with everything all set up and ready to go with 3D printing.
Right.
And we're bringing it out over here so you guys can see.
I was busy yesterday doing all sorts of other things, so I didn't even turn the heater on. Which, the shop itself isn't cold per se, but it's colder than resin likes.
It's a warehouse. It's a brick building.
It's a brick building.
Or a cement building.
Right. The biggest thing is the sun never shines in here. So there's never a point ever that the sun warms up this area.
I was wondering about that because it doesn't even get that hot back here in the summertime.
Yeah, no, because we're on the north end of the building, so this back wall faces north. That side wall over there, which is east, is 5 feet from the neighboring building. These walls and the ceiling never really get full sun.
Yeah.
We're on the backwards of a slope, so it still gets full sun, but I've got radiant heat blockers put up there because otherwise it would get sweltering during the summer. But it never gets warm in the winter.
Yep, it's an ice box, that's for sure. Okay.
Okay.
So, camera 3?
Yeah. Camera 3 and hit cut. Because now we can do that too.
Awesome.
So, exciting! It's the build plate descending into the empty vat.
So what does Spider-Man call the little doohickey things that is always into the Spider-Verse? They always have to get the...
Oh, yeah.
What's it called?
Oh, it wasn't a Gizmo. It was...
What was it called?
What was it called? It's been a little bit.
I'm sitting here going, it reminds me of that, but I can't remember what that is.
It totally does, and it should, because that's exactly kind of what that is. Because that's all it was. It was and they each had their own name. Like Miles called it one thing, and Peter Parker.
Yeah,
called it
each
something
universe,
else.
Spider-Verse, they had their own name for it, but it was always the same thing.
Yeah, it wasn't Gizmo. It was a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, what was it? Oh.
Man, it's been a while since I watched that. Great movie.
Yeah, but that's what this reminds me of. Like, it's going to save the universe, or just solve the problem, or make a 3D print.
Or make a 3D print. All right.
He compared 3D printers to hot glue.
Yeah.
I saw those 3D printer pens, and I've always wanted to play with those, because those ones sound like fun.
Those are interesting.
I want to make lace out of them.
That would work really well.
Like, I don't want to actually make like a functionable print, but I want to make a mess. Yeah. So, What are you doing?
So now I'm lifting the plate up so we can pour the resin in. This is more for the camera, lifting the plate up this far. That's not necessary. Last time I poured the resin in right on top of the plate.
Oh, lovely.
And there's this tub here. This is where we put the resin into. It's removable. There's really no advantage to showing it comes off right now other than showing it comes off. And I know we are a little bit pressed for time. So,
ready to start pouring? I've been shaking.
you've been shaking? Sure. Well, let me get gloves, unless you wanted to pour.
I can pour. I got gloves. And
All
you
right.
can still put on gloves, though.
I will put on gloves.
Do I pour it all in?
Yes. You've been shaking the heck out of it, right?
Yeah.
Sonora?
Shake, shake, Sonora.
My head down with a shot. Do I need gloves in?
Okay, so just dump it all in.
So just dump the entire contents of the bottle into the.
It's childproof. I can't get in. There we go. Okay.
Some gorilla put the lid on.
Well, it was leaking earlier.
Oh, right.
All right, just dump. I'm done.
Just the whole thing, yeah.
All right, I'm doing it.
It won't overflow because there isn't that much
Alien
left.
blood here.
Yep.
For the experiment.
Well, we'll end up printing exactly the same color because I've got the print file set for specifically this grade and style of resin. Because the different resins have different, set up in different ways. And some of the nice people over on the Anycubic Photon Reddit thread have figured out a huge spreadsheet of what times work best with which resins. And there's a ton of resins.
Oh, I believe it because
Yeah.
colors, dyes affect fabric so easily. Oh,
Right.
this one's nice and smooth, but it's one color, but you want the same one and it's not. It's a different texture.
That's fine.
Okay.
The last few extra drops, whatever.
I was just trying not to make a mess.
Oh, that's cool. We want to save that so we can pour back into it. What we want to do next is, over here is the USB port,
Oh yeah.
just out of shot.
The goober.
The goober!
It's called the goober.
It's the goober, so you're going to plug the goober in.
I gotta put the goober hole.
Put the goober in the goober hole.
There we
Alrighty. Go ahead and put the lid back on.
I really like it's as simple as a goober.
Yeah, it's as simple as a goober. Now, the camera's in the wrong spot, but around the front here is an LCD screen, and the top one says print. And I think you're going to have like one choice. Oh, I guess there's two choices.
Godzilla head.
Godzilla head or medallion.
We're gonna go medallion, although Godzilla head is tempting.
Godzilla's very tempting. I'll bring the Godzilla head over and show it in a minute. So there it is, and then yeah, you should hit the play button.
This is the moment of truth.
And there it goes. Do we get a countdown? It says 3 hours and 25 minutes. Anybody who's smart with time, that's like right at 2 o'clock.
So that's right when you have to go.
Right when I have to go. I'm sorry, guys. And then the sad thing is, it'll probably take longer than that because that's usually optimistic.
Yeah. Well, we are having the big reveal next week. I feel like we're playing Nickelodeon slime right now. That color.
It's very, very similar to that.
Yeah. Got goober with the boogers.
Goober the boogers. Now the first 6 layers are super exciting because it takes a minute basically. It does a really long exposure for the first few layers to make sure
You need a solid base.
it binds to the base. Right. Exactly.
Yeah. You need to really glue it up on the bottom so you have stuff to stick it to.
So I walk in front of the light. But after
Lord Khan, goober! Yes!
goober.
Yeah, Artman, goober, override key. Thank you guys.
Override key. There, goober.
Yes.
Goober is what I definitely was trying to remember.
I could not, I was just going, that
There we
reminds
go.
me of
It's the first layer. Yay! So it lifts up and just a tiny little bit. And the whole point of lifting up is to allow the resin to seep back underneath it and to set it back down. Now, I've got mine set to go really slow because that's what the Reddit thread was talking about.
You were talking that setting it to the slower time made the prints actually work.
Right.
Because it gives it time to set.
Gives it time to set, gives it time to... Well, also it's not... as it's slowly pulling it away, it gives it a better chance to pull away from the flexible film.
Yeah, it's
instead
not
of pulling
just
off the
popping.
plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't know which one's going to pull off at first. And I would rather spend 4 hours trying to print something and have it work than to set it up a third time for a 2-hour print and have it fail again.
That's 6 hours.
Yeah, I'm sick of that already.
Yep.
Because that's how much patience I have.
And so we have 3 hours before we have to touch it again?
Right.
All right.
Yeah, basically.
Then I'm taking off my gloves.
Yeah, you can take your gloves off. We can, unless you want to keep them on for working with.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do the distressing. Okay.
Distressing.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, they match my pants, so we're cool.
Yeah, there you go. I walked a little too far away. So it's right here.
So
Put this onto. Come on, do the focus. There it is. See any focus at all? It's blown out.
Wait,
What am I looking at?
Close-up of the wolf head too.
Yeah, I can't. I need to focus it. But
Of course I wear white when I'm deciding to use leather stain.
that looks like it's okay because it looks like my gloves in focus. It's Godzilla head. It's the 90s. It's the cat-faced Godzilla. You know, it's not really, but just for whatever reason, his features really remind me of a cat.
Like an angry cat hissing.
Like an
at
angry
you.
cat, yeah. And then, you know, it's the winter emblem. I'm sure all of you know what it is. And looks like I got the camera set a little bright. It looks like it's blowing out, but oh well.
I like how you can bite my finger.
Right.
The little teeth.
Sorry, cut away from you. Yeah, we're done.
So, oops.
But I'm doing all this because the company Anycubic. We're not doing this because the company Anycubic. We're doing this because
I've never 3D printed, and now we are.
And now we are. And we
That was
needed
way
it.
easier than I expected.
Oh, good.
As simple as a goober.
It is as simple as a goober. There's a little bit of setup using the slicer.
You have to get it.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to put it in there, and then you have to orient your object so when it's coming out of the resin, everything is attached to the plate. Because if you have it set up to where one of the teeth or something starts forming and it's not attached anywhere else, it can't pull off the plastic from the bottom, right? It'll just stick.
I feel like that's stuff you learn from experience.
It is.
And not something that you can intuitively just know.
Pretty much, yes.
So.
They try to explain it, but until you've had a couple things fail and you realize why they failed, it's like, oh, okay. So
I'm imagining candy, like taffy, getting like
Yeah.
just warped because plastic when it's warm and soft is just really taffy-like to me.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways.
You're really not that wrong, even with this. So I have this set on a real harsh angle, so I didn't have to have any kind of support inside the mouth or for any of the teeth. But
So
it's
his
also
mouth was hanging open when you were cutting
Yeah.
out. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Because those teeth came out really clean, and a lot of those 3D print, there's all those
Yeah.
little things, and it's like, how do you get? Those are nice, clean teeth.
I made sure there's no
He's
support
his
at all
dentist.
inside. Yeah, there's no support at all on the inside of the mouth. All the supports come off the very top and a little bit off the back here. So it's all very easy to clean off this particular print.
Sounds like you've done this before and have the experience to know what you're talking about.
And speaking of teeth, not that we can easily see it from here, even with the blown out camera, Godzilla is missing a tooth. He's currently a snaggletooth because when I was
He didn't brush properly.
He didn't brush properly. When I was pulling the rafting off, it pulled his front right fang off.
Oh, I see that. It really did.
Yeah, really
He
did.
got his tooth pulled. That's why he's going.
Right. I can imagine that happens from time to time with kaiju. I would hope they regrow.
I was like, is
Yeah.
it like shark where they keep?
Yeah, or like other lizards, you know, because like it's not a big deal to alligator. They grow new ones. So
Yeah, I feel like if he keeps getting bigger and bigger, you know,
you would think that.
he gets more and more teeth
Yeah.
to fill out the giant mouth. I don't know.
So if you want to tell how old Godzilla is, you just cut him in half and count his rings.
Well, there's one,
Oh,
two.
there you go. we got Bennett Lynch, Artman 2019, Jerry Rick Prox, Lord Khan, William Connors, Paul Frankovich. Sweet. Paul Frank. Oh, of course. Well, Paul, are they not? Hot glue. Detlef P. Good evening. Told they're unsafe. I want a resin printer, but I'm told they're unsafe in limited space. Paul Frankovich.
You have it in a little space.
I have it in a little space. I've got it in a little office that's just over 4 feet wide and just under 8 feet deep,
but you
with a
have
9-foot
tube
ceiling.
that sucks the air out.
But we have a ventilation thing put in. Usually, you want it next to a window or some other ventilation duct because the fumes are kind of nasty. They're really not that big of a deal. I've seen maker spaces just have this on the table at a convention in a dealer's room printing. It wasn't this particular model. It's another one that had a little bit of a better captive fume thing going on. And with all the different chemicals that I've played with, I open this one up and go, this is not that big of a deal.
Well, smell-wise, but you know.
Well, smell-wise, and also I'm not having the physical reaction like super glue. If you're close to the fumes of super glue, my eyes water. You can feel it. You get a physical reaction. I don't get a physical reaction from this.
Okay.
But
Still
you
don't
are
breathe.
printing for 8 hours, and that's a long-term exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by windows.
By windows, having some sort of a ventilation.
Yeah, a fan.
Right.
Blowing everything out the window.
Right. That would be
Tubes
good.
sucking it out. So yes, small
Yeah.
spaces. Don't do it in. Keep it away from pets.
Yes, pets are a big one.
Ventilation. Yeah. And Bruno and Toby aren't here, so I didn't even.
Right. No, you're right. Exactly. Toby and Bruno are not here. I've got a parrot at home, and so I don't have any 3D printers at home because even scented candles can kill birds.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've
Oh.
seen that
Oh.
happen. No, I told you my brothers were a halfway house for birds, so
Right.
we've had a lot of birds coming to our home. But
Okay.
anyways, but yes, we found out that fumes are very dangerous on birds, and so
Yeah.
don't
sorry.
craft with fumes around pets. Watch out for your glues
Right. Yeah. Remember,
and
you're
your resin printers.
you're not the only one crafting when you're crafting at home.
Yes.
So yeah. So super impromptu. Hey, how's it going, guys?
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are here a whole hour early.
Right. Extra 20 minutes, then we'll restart public and allow everyone to come in with this thing just buzzing away in the background. And I'm just like, what's going on, guys?
Probably re-explain everything that's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
But hey, so I want to thank all of you very much for being patrons and for supporting my channel. I say it in the end of the videos, and I'm sure most of you guys have heard this before, but honestly, the Patreon support is what pays the rent. This is why I can do what I'm doing, because I don't have the space at home to do it. And it's not just because I have a parrot and the fumes would kill it, but I actually literally don't have the space to set up a shop and do this process at home. Never have. So,
No, you haven't.
No. So guys, thank you. Yeah, so very much. And I'm sorry the Patreon live streams have been few and far between, but hey, we're doing one today for a little bit longer.
Yeah, so thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
So I'm going to pull this guy over here.
Please do. Detlef P, yes, I do know that there's a water-based resin, but I have no idea if the fumes are any nicer or not. Because it's water washable, right? Is what the idea is. It isn't that it's so much that it's water based, because these resins, you want to wash them in ethanol or a high grade alcohol, or I've heard acetone, but most of the containers I have to put my fluids into, I wouldn't want to put acetone into. And of course, I also just found out in a huge kind of aggravating way last week that the state of California has determined that ethanol and denatured alcohol, which is just ethanol, is no longer to be sold because of the CFC output problems that it causes with camping stoves. And so as a way of saving the environment, we can no longer buy ethanol, denatured alcohol, 95% rubbing alcohol in stores. They're not allowed to sell it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, great.
I know makeup artists who were very upset. Like they buy it in bulk when they can find it.
Right. Well, that's what I ended up doing. I found a place online. It was an art supply place that I'm guessing stockpiled it because of the pandemic. And then they started, oh wow, one of them peeled off.
Did it?
Well, either,
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that did. It's right here.
sorry, distractions. So they were blowing out their stock of 99% alcohol, and I bought like 6 gallons for $100, which is
You have
which is
to?
cheap.
All right. These are exactly what I need. Scissors.
And 6 gallons will probably last me quite a while, like potentially the remainder of my printing with the level of printing that I do. If I was a full-blown 3D printing channel, no, that wouldn't last at all. But I haven't printed that much of the last year and a half, so it's kind of bad to say that I've had a gallon last me a year. Yeah, but you haven't printed much either, so details.
Yeah. I'm going to glue this down better.
Oh, sweet.
What's going on?
Oh, people are just sending us love emojis and supporting back. And Artman says, it's our pleasure, Odin. Thank you very much, Artman.
Yes.
And
I have seen your show grow from the back of the little shop at Smosh.
Yes, you have.
To this. You guys have really helped him.
Quite a bit.
Okay, I need the thing.
You need the thing.
I need the thing.
She's trying to open up the... So we've got the UV resin cooking in the back, right? The super exciting, hey, it's a 3D printer doing the 3D printer thing. Is it going to move?
No, not that the camera's on it. You said it to slow.
I think it's very slowly.
Yeah, it's just moving it like
just
a little
moved
bit at each
Yeah,
side.
a little tiny bit. But you're trying to get the... So we got the resin back here, which is supposedly nasty fumes, but we've got the vinyl glue here, which is horrific fumes.
We also have the vent.
Yeah,
And it's a big empty room, so there at least there's something.
Right. I think there was a shot recently where the vent got in the shot on the camera, but I have the HVAC for this particular room, which provides a little bit of heat or a little bit of air conditioning. The air handler is in the other room, so it's pulling in fresh air from the next door into here instead of recirculating this room. And then there's a muffin fan up above that spins with the wind. So there is some air circulation to the room. It's not
It's like it's
super
set up
positive.
to do this.
Yeah. There's also a 14-inch hole in the wall over here that's currently plugged because it's winter.
I was gonna say they had a plug in it, like.
But I can put a giant fan in that, and that airs this thing out in minutes. It's just done.
Everything in California causes cancer.
Yes. Proposition 65 affects everybody, and I'm sorry. Yes. Little did you know that living in California causes cancer. Yeah.
Yeah. All the things that we've been told are safe are actually carcinogenic.
All of them.
Yes.
Sugar. Laughing death.
Crafting is dangerous.
Crafting is dangerous. Okay, so we can use shoe leather on anything that's leather, but we can't use shoe leather on the vinyl. It's not going to do much.
Actually, I just wanted a little bit of shoe leather on the vinyl. Where's his waist stomach? Where? Oh, you put it down there. No wonder I couldn't find him. But I was noticing that on here, where it kind of got over on the vinyl, I like that little bit of a smudge and dirt look.
Did it get? Oh, I guess it did smudge it a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't it just kind of give it the better little bit of a texture, that little water?
Yeah.
I like that. So it's like, I wasn't planning on doing anything with the vinyl because it's either naturally textured or not. But I like that. So it's like, you know what? Let's add some dirt.
So we're gonna finger paint on the costume?
Pretty much, but first I wanted to trim off the extra that is right underneath the Velcro.
Okay.
And I wanted to add grommets to the sides that flip out over here.
Oh, okay, right.
Now, if
Hammering!
Now, if you're doing this at home and you don't want it to be adjustable because it's only going to fit you, then you can make a couple different crafting decisions. Like, you don't have to leave the shoulders with
lacing.
With lacing, and you don't have to do the sides with lacings, but you do have to think about how you're going to put it on and off. So it has to at least have one spot
Right.
where you can kind of expand it to get into it. But if you... Ultimately, I would keep the lacing on the shoulders and do it solid on the side seams for looks if it's only going to be you, because you can slide into it.
Okay.
Because it stops right at your widest spot.
Right.
Because then you could do the strapping as one piece, and
Okay.
we won't have this awkwardness of where they cross over. We're just gonna deal with that with the grommet. Just not bring too much attention to it. Move on and have a big sword,
Right. It'll be fine.
But if you wanted to have a clean, that's where I would just join it without having the lacing right at there and just move it over. But because we're doing it adjustable, grommets.
Oh, that's everywhere.
That's the plan, to finish these straps and then add some distress and dirt.
Okay. So the top straps you're just going to cut flush.
Just cut flush with the Velcro. Nothing special. It's hidden by the pauldrons.
Right.
Not even folding it over.
So I'll be honest, I have not checked Patreon or Discord.
Well, we've been barely together yet.
Right. Getting lots of thing concerning my appointment. All right. Going over to Discord. Everyone keeps talking about how tall people are.
How tall people are?
Yeah. It just became this conversation on Discord. Now, how tall is everyone? And, yeah, I'm 5'12". Yeah.
Depends on how tall my heels are.
Right, there you go.
I just don't like this red, so I'm just covering it up with a Sharpie. Don't tell.
Oh, no, Sharpie's great. So many times. Yeah, we got 10 likes on Patreon. Good. So, basically, haven't missed anything. That's wonderful. That's really good to know.
So I noticed on the Discord in the discussion that somebody had asked the question.
We all hear. Yeah. Thank you, Brennan.
But I had noticed on your Patreon-only Discord, somebody asked, like, when they know that they're ready for doing commissions.
Right.
And I thought that was a good question, because I actually have experience in manufacturing, production, and I don't like doing commissions.
No, I don't either.
Very much because it's an individual basis.
Right.
And doing small-scale production versus large-scale production. Anyways, but if you want to do and start producing your work, what I suggest how you know you're ready is if your edges are finished. If you finish your edges, whether it's painting or drawing, building things out of foam, building things out of fabric. If your edges are finished, it looks so much more professional than raw edges. I know I have some raw edges going on in here, but we're also not selling this. This is a costume for me. But to have something that you want to have for sale, even Bob Ross at the end of his painting peels off his little plastic paper and has the finished edges. On paintings, they have the finished edges, you know, the frames, the
around the edges of the canvas. So he would tape around his canvas to keep the edges from getting painted on, or?
Yeah, or he'd have like a circle, like an oval, and he'd peel it off, and the painting would be inside of a circle. Okay. Or you paint all the way the edges of your canvas so that it flows over the edges.
Okay.
But you have to think about how you're going to finish the edges. It's not just the painting; it's the finished edges.
Right.
I feel like that's when you know that your stuff is ready to be like commission work, is when you can finish your edges. Even like your foam, you take the router and you curve those edges, you finish those edges.
I try to finish the edges, not just have the
a
plate
raw
top
cut
glued.
Edge.
Right.
Because that's,
Agreed.
I feel like, where you really go to the professional level is with your edge finishing.
Okay.
And that's just my 2 cents on the topic, and I saw that and I didn't know how to type it, so I figured I'd tell you guys. Like, go ahead, take commissions, do it, have fun. What people are really looking for, they don't know, but they can, like, I don't know why this looks so homemade. It's usually the edges aren't finished. That's the only thing that's, like, difference between homemade and professional is usually, like, how the edges are finished. Like, at cons, they look and see, do you have a lining?
Right, that's one of the first questions any judge asks at a con is your costume lined?
Because it's finished edges.
Right, okay.
It just, like, no matter what your art form is, it makes a big difference in production, so that, I thought that would help. And yes, it's so easy to not.
Yeah, it's so much easier to not.
Yeah, but, oh, and then also, keep track of your time and materials. Write it all down.
Yeah, in a huge way.
As you have, like, I have a piece of paper where it takes me 3 hours to hem. I started at this time, I finished at that time, and I pay myself accordingly. Like, it takes time to hem, it takes time to sew, it takes time to craft, and materials cost money. Even if you just have it at home, I used 13 buttons on this, or blah, blah. You know what I mean? So just keep track of your stuff. It helps, and it keeps you from feeling like you're always losing. If that makes sense.
Right. And one of the hard things with commissions is you don't get to charge minimum wage for your time, at least on a cosplay level, because most people don't have the budget for that. So you actually get, you're doing it for the love of doing it and to make a little bit of money, but you're, from what I have seen, it doesn't look viable to me to support yourself in your own building. If you're in a position where you're not having to pay rent, then you're probably in a great position to do it. And if you're able to do it on a high enough, professional enough level that you can crank out, 300 little hats for an advertising campaign.
Economy of scale. Whether
Yeah.
you're making a bunch of small things or a large thing, it makes a difference.
Yeah, and then it can work out. But yeah, a lot of the individual commission work is not a huge moneymaker that I have seen.
It can be. Like, I've seen, like, there's ways to do it, but you really have to keep track of your time
Okay.
and your resources. So you have to account for that. Know that, you know what, I'm going to do 3D printing and I'm going to print these helmets. It's like a 12-hour printing
Right.
time. Pay yourself for those 12 hours that it's printing. It's using your electricity. It's using
Right.
your mentals.
Or at least pay the machine costs, because you can do something else for 12 hours as long as the print works.
Kind of a thing. So
Yeah.
you pay yourself for that, and then you also have to pay yourself for the filament or whatever
The
is
raw
coming
materials,
out. The raw
right.
materials. So time, materials.
Right.
And then also it takes time to finish it up, and then are you
Oh, yeah.
packaging it? Like, are you shipping it? Like, does it need to be any special treatment? Are you going to be painting it afterwards? So you have to...
And shipping costs a lot of money, way more than you would think. Oftentimes you can just throw it into an old Amazon box, but many times if you got like a larger props that I work with, if I was to ship them, I would have to make something to ship them in. And that becomes a whole nother half day just to box it up in such a way that it's not going to destroy itself, and then pay to have it shipped off. And if you end up with an oversized package, the cost of shipping suddenly jumps up huge. An oversized package is
Anything awkward.
yeah, anything awkward.
Those
Usually,
square envelopes cost extra.
right? The post office here in the U.S. at least will take a package and measure all the way around the two shortest sides, and so it's whatever that side is plus the length, and then I think they might divide it. I'm not sure, but anyway, they have a little formula, and if you end up being larger than what they want, then the cost of postage like triples.
Yeah.
So yeah. All the little things to think about.
So, yes, taking commissions, don't undercut yourself. Yes, you can do it.
Yeah, you can do it. You can totally
Finish
do
your
it.
edges, press your seams, do what you got to do to make it look clean at the end of the day.
I'm totally kicking this camera constantly because there's something over here that isn't supposed to be over here.
I know. It's not a Toby.
No, it's not a Toby.
Okay. So we can do 2 smaller ones or 1 large one. And I'm kind of leaning towards the 2 smaller size one because I'm not seeing the large ones.
Okay.
And that's as good of enough reason for me. Actually, why didn't we end up using these ones? Is it because we didn't have the right size anvil? Because doing 2 smaller of these ones.
No, we end up using those. Those are on the bodice.
Nope, these ones are not. These ones are bigger than the ones on the bodice.
Are they?
These ones are smaller than the ones we used on
Oh,
the
okay.
shoulders, but they're bigger than the ones we used on the bodice. We didn't end up using these ones.
because they're not deep enough.
Yes.
That's why we didn't use them.
But they're deep enough for this piece because it's only a few millimeters
Well.
thick. Well, we were trying to get through this.
Okay.
This is doable.
It should be doable.
Yeah, if we get...
I mean, this is just the thick one, right?
Yeah, that's the thickest one. And
Well, if we cut the foam out and just go through the vinyl, but there's still
we could totally trim the foam out.
okay.
You still think we need a deeper one for that?
No, if we trim the foam out, even if we just like circle cut and remove the foam so it's only going around the vinyl, that'll work. But
Okay.
there's the throat just isn't deep enough in the grommet to go through it.
Okay. Well...
So sorry, I think that's why we didn't use them.
Yeah, we didn't use them for this, and we didn't
Yeah.
use them for that. But I'm thinking this is the great color and size for this part.
Okay.
So if we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yep.
We need 8 of those, and then which anvil did we end up using?
Most of the anvils are in here.
Yeah, this one looks like a good one, but I don't know. Here's a good one. Lots of anvils.
Lots of anvils. I think it is this one here that's.
That's not the right. Yeah, that one looks much better. This one looks like a decent one for the other side.
Yeah, that looks like the right size for this.
Okay.
Okay.
So we are at almost time to go live for everybody.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to mentally prepare and get all that together.
Right. Well,
Computer stuff.
computer stuff, because obviously I'm not paying attention. I shouldn't say obviously. So it's that magic time when Going to be stopping the unlisted live stream. I suppose I could just hit public. Will that work?
I don't know. I don't know how the YouTube live stream.
Hey, Paul, if I just hit public, is this going to work? Let's see. Let me go over to edit. And details. And where's it at? How to style. Unlisted. Public. Done. Save. Privacy public. Well, hopefully we just went public. Didn't have to stop and redo anything. That's good. They'll just make it a longer live stream. All right.
Okay. 3 hours.
Concurrent viewers, 11.
11. Hi, people.
Yeah, well, it's all the people that have been here.
Hey, it's a party.
It's a party.
Can have nachos.
Chat rate 2. Nachos?
Yeah, I don't know. When I do a party, about 10 people, nachos.
Oh, okay. Nachos? Wait. Nachos?
This is a chips and cheese party. Nachos. No.
Concurrent viewers, 14. Yep, people are popping in. So apparently we are public now. Hello and welcome to the Odin Makes live stream. We are now public. For the past hour, we've been doing an unlisted live stream to the patrons only because we were getting set up to do some 3D printing. And the 3D printing is going to take a little over 3 hours to do. And unfortunately, even with the amount of time that we have left today, may not be enough time for it to finish. I'm really sorry about that.
So we got started early.
A little bit early. And, it's one of the perks of being a patron is you do, on occasion, get a patron-only live stream. But now that we're all live with everybody, hey, everyone, how's it going? It's Monday.
Yeah, and if you're watching us later,
Yep.
it's a different day.
then for us, it's Monday.
Yes.
I do want to say up front, because it has been my habit that it takes a good half an hour to sign off and be finished the live stream. Because the official timeout is 2 o'clock. Well, today I have an appointment, so I have a hard out of 2 o'clock. So I apologize that we don't get to do the extra innings that we typically do on Mondays. But today, we're here until 2. Patrons got 3 full hours because we've been live and been going. And I'm sure with the playback, because this will end up being normally, everyone will see everything.
On YouTube, so.
Yeah, on the YouTube.
So non-Patreon people will
Right.
be like, what? No, I saw it all.
Yeah, I saw it all. What are you talking about? It's all right here.
So yeah, but so far we just kind of cut off the extra that was flopping over the tops. Those edges are hidden by the pauldrons. And now we are finishing the edges that cross on the side.
Yes.
And
I just enjoy the edges of flopping over the tops.
yeah,
Talk
real
about it.
specific.
We cut off the extra belts that we've got the clamshell for the Witcher costume, and last week there was really long extra bits for the belts that go around the sides.
Like these.
So we got these cut off to keep them all much neater, and these edges will be hidden by the pauldrons, so they're just cut rough and then colored with a Sharpie to make them black and not be red and vinyl edge colored. And now what we're talking about doing is adding grommets to the sides that go down low where you're going to see the belt, so it can also be tied
Adjustable.
together and adjustable.
Yes.
So that's the next thing I get to do.
Yeah, I'm like, you totally get to do the ground.
I totally get to do the grommets.
This is the leather cutting scissors.
Thank you.
If you wanted to trim, you need poker hole things,
Poker
which
hole
are
things.
there.
I saw,
And
patrons only I see. Time to change up where I ask questions now. Yep, I'm no soldier. All right.
3, 4. You
And then
have 2
how
over
much?
there? Or no?
I have 3 over here.
Here, let me make sure that you have the tops and bottoms, because the tops look like the bottoms, but they're slightly shorter.
Are there
Mine-
tops and bottoms?
Yeah, there's tops and bottoms, because
Oh,
these
good.
ones are
Thank you for
shorter
checking.
than that one. The shafts are.
Oh, wow. All right.
So this is the back and this is the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then each one of these. 1, 2.
Where did my piece of wood go?
I know, huh?
Yeah.
Just need to hammer into things without ruining everything.
Well, I'd rather not ruin everything. Alrighty, now how much?
It doesn't really need to extend too much. Give it a like about that much. Maybe fold it over. Just peel out the foam.
Just like this?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can even glue it.
Well, if I just peel it here, there's no foam.
There you go. Then do it right there, right where the foam ends. And then you
Okay.
don't have to worry about it.
On this side anyway, okay.
Yeah. This is an adjustable spot, so as long
Right.
as you have...
Well, I just would hate to make it too long to where it bulges, you know.
Yeah.
I'd hate for it to pucker.
Right. But that's one of those things you have to, like, adjust on the smallest version of this size. Do you want to get it on Kevin, then? To make sure?
Might be a smart.
Okay, fine. We can.
Finish canning out what you got. Let me do a big plug for Duct Tape Coffee. Of all the coffee brands that you could drink, the coffee flavor for Odin Makes is Duct Tape Coffee. Nothing beats this. Just ask the Queen of Dragons who leaves it on set all the time. Although I'm drinking duct tape chai latte, but whatever. Chai tea.
Well, latte da.
Latte da.
There you go. Because there's definitely fronts and backs to top
Yeah,
to
there's
bottom, so I
definitely
like to
fronts and
prepare them out.
I appreciate that.
Get prepared.
What have you people got against being prepared? Is this actually it? Yeah, well, they fit, so it's gotta be right.
Well, there's a shorter
Yeah.
one in the thing, otherwise they don't fit together. What?
Oh, yeah, it's one of those things, oh, I'll use this, and now there's too much stuff.
Oh yeah, not bumping the 3D printer.
That'd be good.
I didn't bump it, but I'm like bonking down here,
Oh, right.
so I'm like, let's try not to ruin that.
I was thinking, oh, I can click over to it where it rises up. Well, it's currently in the process of rising up and setting down. Look, it's an extreme close-up of the 3D printer, 3D printing. It's exciting. Well, actually, if looking closely, I can see the edge of the build plate is already above the level of the resin. So, I mean, it's been printing a little over an hour. So you can see it lift up, and it goes back down again. So the very edge of your screen there on the left, that's the edge of the build plate. So we've got enough built that the build plate is no longer submerging. So it's working. It's doing.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. And that's how long each, it's only a few seconds for each layer. It really is pretty quick. But that particular unit, this is the Anycubic Photon Mono X Plus, whatever, the Super Uber one. It can print really, really fast, but it prints almost fast enough that the resin can't keep up. And I was having failure with pulling the prints off the build plate. So slowed it down, and this hopefully will be 4 out of 4 successful prints. Because usually I have about a Fibonacci sequence of success. Like the first one's great, the second one's great, the third one fails, the fourth one's okay. And then like Fibonacci numbers, those are my successes as I go along, and there's just more and more failure in between.
Yeah, but you always try something harder and harder each time.
Yeah.
So there's always that.
I'm not just printing the little tugboat every time.
Okay, so
Okay.
what am I grabbing?
We're going to put this on Kevin so we can figure out exactly how
Where
much
does
belt
he really
we
need to
need
go?
it to be.
Okay, I'll find Kevin.
He's on the lathe.
On the lathe?
Yeah, he's on the lathe.
The lathe. There we go. Forget the
I'm
lathe
seeing
behind me.
Jerry Rig Props is asking over on Patreon, what's everyone's guilty pleasure YouTube videos? So I guess you're asking what YouTube videos do we watch when...
Ask a mortician.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. It's funny that I can recognize his Jerry Rig Props because I'm used to seeing Red Guardian as his icon.
So if
He likes to watch Tobro, which I do not know who Tobro is. There's two that are definitely guilty... Not really guilty pleasures. They're guilty pleasures because it's not normal, right? I've talked about Price Film, and they're the ones that have done a really good interviews with a lot of the old school modelers, and so you get these really dry, production value is kind of low, but really fun for me interviews with guys that built the models for GoldenEye, built the models for a lot of the James Bond films, for the Star Wars films, for all sorts of things you wouldn't think they were building models for, because it would be commercials or historic buildings that you needed to get close-ups of, lighthouses and stuff that just didn't really exist, or
all
they
the
couldn't
unseen
get
work.
Yeah, all the unseen work. They couldn't get safe close-ups of the real thing. So they built a model, took it out on the beach, and shot it that way so they could, not harm the historic area. The other one definitely is Lockpicking Lawyer. Hello, this is the Lockpicking Lawyer, and what I have for you today. And if they're short, I like the guy's voice. I watch Lockpicking Lawyer like mad.
Yeah. I like Project Farm.
Okay.
Where he's always comparing duct tape and stuff.
Oh, fun.
Because, sometimes I'm like, well, what is the best tape? Because, when you're painting a whole room, building a set overnight, you kind of need good tape and good paint. And,
like gaff tape has this mythical, it's going to work for everything. And then...
It does, though. But it doesn't.
But if you get the wrong one, it's like Post-it note. It doesn't stick for shit.
Right? I definitely have my more favorite tapes. I was going to put them over there, but...
Right. Weren't we trying to figure out...
Yes.
Kind of some sizing?
So, this is as tiny as it gets.
This is as tiny as it gets.
Because we can always do...
So if I...
like that. Do them right here and here. So that we could weave them together if it needs to be, but then it gives us some space.
Do I have a...
Close-up cam?
Yeah. I've got cords in the way, so I can't quite...
There.
There it goes.
Is that better?
Maybe.
Close up. There you go. So that's
So it's kind of dark. Sorry about that, guys. But, so I got the grommet. So if we were to just overlap it about a grommet's width here on the smallest amount. Okay.
Yeah, that way when it's on the tiniest it goes,
On the
we
tiniest.
can have it just overlapped. But then
Okay.
when you spread out,
Right.
you have room.
Okay.
Because it's lacing. You mind kicking that just slightly?
Which direction? Towards you?
This way. Yeah, there you go. I was falling off
Come on,
not having
Felicia.
enough platform.
Come on, Felicia. Control your box. Now are we... Am I folding this over? I'm not just going to snip, right?
Yeah, no, you're only going to fold that over.
Okay.
If we give a line...
Well, let me not use Sharpie.
Yeah. I was using the
but
eraser yesterday, or last week.
I'll just use blue tape.
Yeah. But if we mark this line,
Well, I was thinking that if I was out there, and this is what gets cut off.
then you could, a little
Is
bit
that a
gets
little-
folded over to get into the grommets, behind the grommets. But we can cut out the foam, leaving the
Right.
vinyl.
I think that would be really smart. So let me just do the one side. Maybe? I think I can get the tape on the other side. Be smart to get the sizing done now and then flop everything around, right? I'm seeing, it looks like Advixen is doing the really awesome Advixen stuff. I'm going to guess, because Advixen is actually really freaking awesome at doing the super chat. Yep, it is. Wow. Hey, Advixen. Blast you, YouTube. First Kev Smith, now Odin. How dare you deny me? Are you picking me over Kevin Smith? Refresh was bad. With that said, Odin, now we YouTube and now we roll into that intro was the bomb. Oh, thank you. P.S. Thought you were doing the big guard red sword. My nerd card gone. Well, I guess. Did I say it wrong? I was intending on doing the Red Ranger sword. I did the Red Ranger sword, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the big version,
Yeah.
the one that turns.
Oh, the Megazord version.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks great. So then the same thing over here, but
Okay.
this one has
Has the double. So this one especially we need to.
debulk.
I need the debulk because
Yeah.
there's a problem with.
What's nice is the rubber on these gloves totally
Uh-huh.
takes off the extra glue, like an eraser.
Oh, that's cool.
I did rip one of the fingers, but
Yeah. So what? Got a box full of them. I mean, they were pretty hard to get a few months ago.
right. And it might be hard again because shipping's a little backed up from what I hear.
Shipping's a little backed up. And it's really hard to complain about the gloves getting hard to get a hold of because my habit was just to go to Harbor Freight Tools to buy my nitrile gloves because they were good and cheap. They donated their entire stock, the entire company donated their entire stock to the health industry. So it's really, really, really hard to complain about not being able to buy gloves for my hobby industry.
Right? Thank you guys for being decent human beings.
Yeah, thank you guys
I
for
genuinely appreciate it, even if it's slightly annoying.
Exactly. Even though it's slightly inconvenienced me, thank you so much for doing the right thing. Hey, Paul Frankovich. $4.99. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Frank.
Okay.
All right, now we can undress Kevin.
All right. Well, you have to loosen it because it's. I tightened them up as much as I can so we would get an accurate reading when it's as close as the smallest size and the largest size. See, you guys have to have at least one way to get in.
Yeah. I would probably just have one of the sides open up. That way I could open up as wide as I could to get my body through
Yeah.
and then just close up. And
I
I'd
would-
probably do the left side because I'm right-handed. So I'm going to be holding the sword with my right hand, exposing it more, but I don't know.
I'd probably do shoulders because you could. It's going to be the widest spot, and
Right.
then you could just. But
Yeah.
that's just because I'd hide it.
Sure.
But yes, you. If it's just for you, you don't have to make it super adjustable. But the fact that it can fit a lot of people makes me excited because costume shop. We always rented
Right.
it to a whole bunch of different people. No, it'll fit you. It's
It'll fit you.
adjustable.
It'll totally fit you.
Yeah.
And the idea of I don't think I would ever really considered going, just opening up the top and pulling it down because I was thinking of so much bigger in the middle.
No, I know, but we're not going to the middle.
Right. Okay.
It's just the top half.
Yeah.
So your widest point at your bust point is going to be the widest point. So no matter what, you can.
Okay.
That's the only reason, just because of where it cuts off. That's why we do the shoulders on that one. But generally, yeah, the side's easier to get it. And it's always the worst feeling when you're in the dressing room stuck.
Yes.
Yes, that's
Oh,
it's very
it'll-
claustrophobic feeling. And it
it'll be-
happens to everyone. No, I can fit in this dress. No, I can't.
Yeah, it says it still has 2 hours and 45 minutes left. We're hosed.
Yeah, but that's okay. We're going to do our big reveal next week.
Okay.
Get somebody fully in costume, makeup, wig, all done up, and they'll have their little... That doesn't really give us much time to paint it, though.
Next week? Well, we can paint the one we got.
Yeah, but then it's not... Then what am I 3D printing it on?
Because you wanted to.
I wanted to. Yeah, I did. We can.
Yeah.
And I know this sounds really bad, but I feel like it's a little tiny for the scale of our guy. But then I was also thinking...
Well,
we
I
could-
didn't scale it up, so if I have
No,
to,
I
I
know.
can print another one.
But see, like, if we look at the reference photo, I think it's just like a millimeter all the way around smaller. So I was thinking, oh, you could totally just put it on a piece of foam as a backing just to lift it up and just give it the whole little bit more of a size. But see how it's almost the width of
Okay.
the thing? It's
It's a little small.
a little small, just
All
a
right.
little. But that's why I was saying maybe if we put it like on a foam backing and cut it out, it just gives it slightly bigger.
We can, even though it doesn't have one. But
No,
yeah.
it doesn't. It totally doesn't. It just gives it the bigger size.
Well, I can.
But
So
this
we're-
is all kind of a
we're-
little bit wonky on scale in general.
We're looking at this and how, right. This is the picture we've been looking at. Also, we get real quiet. It's just a still for the poor people at home who see nothing. See if I can't get that camera to turn on.
Camera 4.
Yeah, camera 4. Is this going to give us a... let's see. I'll walk around.
I can move
And
it.
while it's live,
There we
I'll
go.
try and hit the focus assist, which should zoom it in nice and tight.
But that's only on preview. We're not actually on camera 4, are we?
Oh, no, we're not on camera 4 yet. You're right. Even though I hit it, I forgot that I actually have to hit switch now, too. So this is...
Yeah, try
want-
to
you
get
wanna go
it.
that way.
There
There
we go. He's screaming at you. Rawr.
So that's the size of the print that we're currently doing. Which, yeah, I'll have to agree, looks a little small compared to
Just a little.
what he's got in the graphic here. Well,
It's not that bad. It's
hope
really
not.
not that bad.
okay.
And the fact
it
that
seemed
it's
like a
real
reasonable size.
actual screaming, like I would wear this as a necklace, my size, but I'm just saying.
Right. Well, it could also be because the
The-
size we're working on, and that was the right size for the person who made the model.
Yeah, the scale works for.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay, well, if I have to print another one, I have to print another one.
I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying, I notice these things.
Okay, well, thank you for noticing these things. Thank
Okay.
you for letting me know what's small and inadequate.
It's close enough.
It's not the size that matters.
It's the quality of the print. Okay, so already grabbed the thing, didn't I?
Which thing?
The rubbing buff.
It's over here.
Oh, the rub and buff. It's like,
The make it distressed looking stuff.
okay. To make it just. Oh wow, that's way up there over there. Okay.
So, yeah, but I'll do that after the grommets. It's
I
not
need
going
to
to
get-
take that much time.
Yeah, I need to get going on the grommets because it's going to end up. So we're looking at doing this, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then what about?
Do you want to glue it into place?
Oh, I shouldn't peel that off yet. That's my mark.
That is your mark. You can trim and glue. You can still trim this right there.
Trim this off and just glue it down,
Uh-huh.
or glue it down and then just trim it, or
Yeah.
Or is
glue
that-
it- Or you can grommet it, but you can glue it and then trim. It doesn't matter, but you can glue it to help assist holding it.
it's probably wise.
Do you want a clamp?
Yes, please.
Those kind?
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm wondering how much more time this is going to take up putting all the glue on.
Like I said, you don't have to. Before.
I'm seeing Patreon and Discord notifications.
I'll go see what people are saying.
That'd be cool.
Do you want to kick the box over here?
I can do that.
Awesome. So, where is everything? We're not gonna
Yeah,
have to
where
focus
is
on-
everything? It's all over the place. Well, that is the dark gray window behind the chat is the patron chat.
Oh, there we go. B. Lynch says Odin is the innuendo king today. Ha ha ha. And Jerry Riggs Prop says a lot of them are fat. I don't know what we're talking about, but a lot of them are.
A lot of them are fat.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, spoiler alert, that's not fat. Difference between muscles that show and muscles that go. Anyways. Sounds like everybody's having fun in that chat.
Good. I'm glad. They should be.
Okay. Now where is the other one that I exited it out of? Oh, there it is. Okay.
No, Hope you didn't close it.
Right? That would suck.
Oh look, it's our chat for everybody else in the world. Close.
George says, it's not that kind of channel.
No, it's usually not.
Okay.
I'm actually really pleased. What would be the right word? Happy, impressed at how many fans and how much, not fan mail, but messages and letters I get from really young children who watch the show.
Oh yeah, you have to watch your...
There's a ton of them. There's and there's there's cats and dogs. I've gotten pictures of cats and dogs watching my channel too, which is cool.
Yeah, Toby does like watching your show.
Which is
Like I
awesome.
can put it, you know how people put on squirrels and stuff for their animals to watch while they're gone?
Uh-huh.
I can just put on Odin Makes.
Well, I can't hurt Toby's poor little ears, so I can't say horrible things.
I know, poor Toby. You
Poor
gotta
Toby.
think of the Tobys.
Think of the Tobys. So yeah, I do have a. There is innuendo, but yeah, it's definitely I try to watch my language on air. I swear like a sailor when I'm not on air, so it's not like I'm not capable.
Yeah. So, will you do any Deadpool stuff?
I have interest in Deadpool because I love the movies and the character's a lot of fun.
Isn't he?
Yeah.
But what would you do?
Exactly. What would I do? Because generally, I try to do handheld props. I try to do something I can finish in a show.
Yeah. Like a mask, a
Yeah.
weapon,
So I suppose I could do a Deadpool mask, but to me, that's it's a fabric mask, or it
Yeah.
should be. And
You're not really a fabric mask kind of
Nah,
person. You
which-
like to make the foam masks.
I really like to make the foam masks. And that's not anything negative about fabric masks
No,
or
they're-
foam masks or whatever.
They're their own beast.
Yeah.
I understand. So, Deadpool, open to the idea, not sure what yet.
Open to the idea, not sure what to do.
you
Because, I could do katanas, but that's just a long, skinny
You've done
foam noodle.
katanas.
Yeah, I've done katanas. You just paint it black instead.
Yeah.
And then he's got all these great guns that I would have demonetized from YouTube and would
All hail
be
the algorithm.
working for free for a week. And,
So maybe.
yeah. just rewatched the X Factor scene last night, where they all jump out of the back of the plane and the creative sewer of language that comes flying out of Deadpool's mouth as all the team gets wasted just landing.
You know they're all thinking it.
Yep. And the awesome Brad Pitt cameo in Deadpool 2. That's just the best.
Jack Smith could go for some duct tape coffee right now.
Duct tape coffee, the choice of drink. The drink of choice.
The drink of choice.
Coming soon to a Teespring t-shirt near you. Duct tape coffee.
So when are you going to continue with the Mecha Godzilla build? People are asking.
Of course they're asking. They should be asking. I'm going to be doing a little update on Godzilla this week. Behind the scenes, I've had a lot of life stuff go on the last week. So the big elaborate build that I've been wanting to do for Godzilla is not happening. But I'm doing an update for the neck mechanism. I had that metal turntable. I've got that installed, so I'm actually able to make the head move easily.
So you could do that one shot?
Yes, I've done that. When I first got it put together, I held onto the neck and swung the head around.
But now it's actually on a Lazy Susan.
But now it's actually on a Lazy Susan, so it actually turns in a very robotic way and very easily.
How lazy was Susan that she's so famous?
She's so famous for it. And the other thing I'm trying to do that I'll be trying to get done tonight, this is where I'm at, is putting in a string mechanism to make Godzilla's mouth open when I open my mouth inside the mask.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
that was something I wanted to do from the very beginning. I just knew that I needed to wait on it.
Mechatrixin.
Mechatrixin?
Mechatrix. And I don't know. I was just trying to think of like.
I don't get a clue anymore. This is just.
Tricks and talents. I don't know. All the
Tricks and
things you
talents.
do with it. Okay. Odin, can you make Excalibur from Assassin's Valhalla? I feel like there's lots of Excaliburs.
There's lots of Excaliburs. It gets a lot.
You can
the
do
sword
it.
gets a lot of different variations. Because yeah, you can do
Famous
one
sword.
for a movie. You know, the one Adam Savage's favorite sword, and you could do all sorts of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, always a possibility.
Do you have any plans for My Hero Academia props at some point?
I need to do some more. When's the next season coming out? No, at the moment I don't. To say that My Hero Academia is performing poorly is really bad to say because my last video really wasn't that great. It was fun. I got to do another inflatable prop, but it performed horribly. It's one of the worst performing videos I've put out in years.
So.
But yeah, so as long as it's Deku or Bakugo, then I suppose it'll be fine. Where's my? Can't find my wood. I'm also gonna need.
We have a howdy from Sweden.
Oh, sweet! Hello. Howdy. Howdy.
Oh, you should do the collar that takes away Deadpool's power.
Oh. All right.
That one would be a fun one.
That's not in the movies yet, right? Which is probably why I didn't think about it. Hey, that would be a fun one. This is a little big. Which is a bummer because this would be easy.
Right? Because then it makes it done.
Yeah.
It's those in-between sizes. Why do they do that?
Well, Cause Tools did a really good job at getting some
Common
a small,
sizes.
medium, and large size, but yeah, I asked for some in-between sizes. Hey guys, can you do this?
Yeah, but these are also in-between size of grommet.
Yeah, this is true.
This is an odd size. Not that odd, but odd enough.
Now, I did purchase a huge variety of crazy...
Yes, you have all these leather punches.
all these other punches that I bought just for doing,
This.
well, this, I bought, there's two different sets here that I bought for doing, Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah. Finally saw that. Yay. Now I get to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Odin, could you make a Pokeball from Pokemon? Have you done Pokemon?
I did, but it's not on the YouTube channel. It's on my, TikTok channel, which I haven't fed any...
You have a TikTok channel?
Yeah, briefly, because I got paid to get one. So I was like, all right, I got a TikTok channel then. But I haven't done anything with in a really long time. So
Okay, so you
all
have
12
a
or 13 videos. Yeah.
Does it open up, or is it just like a Christmas ornament?
No, it's a racket ball.
Okay.
I took a racket ball, covered it with craft foam, made the basic ball, the ultra ball, and it's not the master ball. You get the one from Go, because there's 3 sizes from Go.
Okay. So if people wanted to find these, where would they have to go? They'd have to go to your TikTok.
TikTok/Odin Makes, yeah.
Okay. But you have done the Pokeball.
But I have done Pokeballs, yeah.
Yeah. I just got a Ash Ketchum trucker hat.
Oh,
and
fun.
I wanted to add the logo, but I wanted to do it out of just a scrap piece of foam, and I was going to steal some foam from you.
Oh, okay.
For that, by the way. Just live on air in front of everybody, I'm stealing some foam from you. But yeah, Ash Ketchum, he's a fun one.
Ash Ketchum, he's a fun one.
Yeah. Hello from the Ukraine. Hello in the Ukraine.
Hello to the Ukraine.
Yep, we got a couple of the colors in Deadpool 2.
Was there? I have to watch it again. Man, it's been a while.
Yeah. You could make his holster set that holds his katana and guns.
I could.
Yes. George says it's really international here. I like that.
I do too. I really like that. So thank you very much to all of you that are tuning in from wherever it is you're tuning in from. That's
at whatever time of day it is.
At whatever time of day it is. I find it incredibly flattering, and I also put it, thank you very much to everyone who's watching from what my point of view would be abroad. I mean, I'm in California. I've been to 2 other countries, Canada and Crete. That's the extent of my international travel.
I went to Mexico.
That's cool.
And Nevada. No.
Yeah, I haven't been to Mexico. I'm only 9 hours from Mexico, but I went north. I was visiting someone in Seattle, so it was 3 hours from Canada. It was 3 hours away or 4 hours away. It's like, how am I going to not go?
Yeah.
These are dull.
It's not stolen if it's announced ahead of time. Ha 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 ha. There you go.
Okay.
I was just gonna steal a scrap. Yeah. Maybe I'll bring on the helmet. It's just a little hat. It needs the little whatever logo thing that it has. But
well, hopefully we're putting this. You know, we're planning on putting this on a person next week.
Yes.
And the week after that, we were just going to talk to you guys. So why don't you bring the hat?
Yeah. Okay. And you can bring out your Pokeballs.
I'll bring out my Pokeballs.
Yeah.
And I'll just sit here and play Pokemon Go the whole time.
There we go. Well, last week we were playing Power Rangers. This week we'll play Pokemon. No, next week we'll play Pokemon.
And thank you so much for helping out with the Power Rangers. After the stream last week is when we shot her credit sequences for the Power Rangers intro.
Yes, we played Power Rangers and we're saying, go, go, Power Rangers. The whole, after the shoot.
So it hasn't even been a full week since we last shot the final bits for that thing, yeah.
Yeah. I used to get grounded from watching Power Rangers.
That's really funny.
Oh, it worked. It totally worked. Especially when all the siblings and friends were watching and you weren't allowed to join.
Oh, yeah.
Go play outside. But Power Rangers.
Power Rangers is not, but you can't watch it.
You're in trouble.
Wow.
Boat Collections 19 says, hello there, Odin.
Hello! Who is it? Boat Collections?
Fett?
Fett Collections?
Fett Collections? I don't know. And we got, hello, I'm from the UK. That's Aaron Drawers. And we have David Huberi. I'm sorry, I'm butchering everybody's names. Well, I guess I'm the only Hungarian here.
It's very possible. But awesome. Hello.
Hello. Glad to have a Hungarian here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, I haven't even gotten through one yet.
Really?
Yeah, these things are horrible.
They're not very sharp?
No.
At that point, you might as well just, I don't know. Better hammer?
Well, maybe.
I know you're doing that for quiet, but...
A little bit, and also I'm crushing the wood.
I know, I'm like, you're taking chunks out of that, but not...
But it's not cutting the vinyl.
The vinyl, yeah. You need a pair of scissors in there?
Yeah, X-Acto knife.
Yeah. You think knives, I always go scissors.
Yeah, well, I've got a 5/16, 3/8 hole. I can't cut this with scissors. That's going to be, clean.
No, definitely not. Marius Shoemaker says, my mom went nuts every time the show came on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peter Stuchley says, I know my name is weird, just call me Pete. Oh my god, I got in such massive nostalgia rush from that Power Rangers video. It was amazing.
Sweet.
Yes. So, we got some love from India from Psycho Spartan. Hello,
Oh,
Psycho
right on.
Spartan.
Hello, Psycho Spartan.
Where is the big sword on the back is from? Where the big sword on the back is from? Are we talking about this eyeball right here?
The big eyeball sword. Probably, yeah. That's Soul Edge from Soul Calibur. That's Nightmare's sword from the video game Soul Calibur. It's the bad guys.
Oh, Relix says, try a small nail.
Try a small nail.
Well, that would work for regular size grommets. We have just that awkward, not the right size.
Not the right size grommet.
Yeah. And then we got Van Luden says, hi guys, I'm all the way from South Africa. You guys rock.
Oh, sweet.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, on like Cape, the little horn. Yep. George says, it's Soul Calibur.
It's Soul Calibur. I got one on. Okay. 7 more to go.
Got one grommet. Actually, that is the cleanest looking grommet we've had so far. Oh, grommets.
Grommets.
Like, I definitely,
I'm just not gonna be able to. No,
you have to have the right anvil, the right hammer, the right cut.
Right.
Yeah, anyways. Grommets.
The right patience. That's the hardest one.
Use a step drill bit. Well, yeah, you could totally drill, but
yeah.
we're trying not.
Yes, a step drill bit would be awesome, except I don't think I can really. It's too big. There's nothing to grip. I don't think a step drill bit will go cleanly through vinyl. I'm not going through foam.
Yeah, because it would get twisted and
it would
pull a
just
string up.
chew it up. Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that happen before.
Uh huh.
It's not so easy to drill through stringy fabric, and vinyl has a lot of strings on the back of the fabric,
which is good for what it needs to be.
Yeah, no, it's great, but no, not for drilling. But yes, thank you. Like, we will figure this out eventually. This is why I'm having you do it.
Thank you.
Good afternoon from Connecticut, Chris SP. Hi.
Hey, Chris. And this little thing is just about the same size as me, so every time I hit it with a hammer, there's just enough give on the rubber hammer, I'm hitting my knuckles.
Yeah, because the sewing machine at work is the exact same height as my finger, so it always hits my finger.
Oh, man.
And I always get my fingers right in there. That's why long nails really do help with sewing, but I don't have the patience to grow them right now.
That's understandable.
Yep. We have Logan Carlson says, hey Odin, I've been watching you for about 3 years now. It's good to see you grow.
Sweet. Hello, Logan. Thank you. Wow. Logan's put up with me for 3 years.
Has it been 3 years? It's crazy how
it's been
time
longer
flies.
than that.
Yeah.
I've been on YouTube a little longer than that. Especially if you want to count Prop Shop.
Right.
Because I just hit 4 years in January.
Smosh
for
did 15 years last year.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I believe it.
Yeah.
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
I did 13 episodes of DIY Prop Shop, or 11 or 13, over a 1.5 year period. Yeah. So.
Yes.
And then, if you want, you can even go back to there. I finally went through.
You nailed it to the board.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so chewed up. Do you need like a rasp? That is like awful. No wonder it's not cutting. See, you got a chewed up edge right in here.
I'm seeing dirt on it, but I'm not really seeing it chewed up.
Oh, I was saying. Okay, yeah, that was dirt, but still. It's hard to sharpen a round surface.
It is. I was trying to a little bit ago with
Yeah, with the
Dremel tool.
Yeah. So
what were we talking about? Oh, I was also going to talk, and then, doing the whole Play TV thing way back in the day. So I was doing daily
TV.
live streaming internet in '98. Yeah.
Live streaming, the old school live streaming.
Very much old school live streaming with 56K dial-up. Yeah.
Still had to go to space.
Still had to go to space, yes. It has to go to space. Can you give it a minute to go to space?
Yes. Yay. 2 grommets in.
2 grommets in, and my knuckles say, what are you doing?
Yes.
Probably shouldn't hammer through the tape from here on out.
Wear safety gloves.
That's just going to make my fingers bigger.
We got Wallace and Grommets.
Yes, lots of Wallace and Grommets.
Ian Server says, Power Rangers helped me through being homeless. Did you know that, Odin?
I did not know that.
I'm glad that you were able to have some solace in Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And then the L says, hi, love the channel. You both rule.
Thank you very much, the L.
And Gabriel Moffat says, hi from Oklahoma.
Oh, damn it.
And Q Casas 2006 says, what's up from Wisconsin? Oh. So, hello in Oklahoma and Wisconsin. I've always wanted to try Wisconsin cheese curds.
They're good. I had a friend that went back and had a chance to buy some and then flew back with them, so I got them really...
like fresh?
Really fresh. And yeah, they talk about when you get the good fresh cheese curds, they squeak.
Yeah.
When you bite them. Yeah, and they do.
Yeah.
It's good.
You get they have them at KFC A&W. Not just
Right.
KFC. It has to be KFC A&W.
Right.
And they do get the squeaky ones, but I'm like those made me want to go to Wisconsin just for the cheese curds.
Sure. And the ones I got weren't breaded and deep fried. They were simply...
Just curds?
Yeah, just the curds. Just a little... Yeah.
Cheese.
Just cheese.
Sounds delicious. Hey, Odin and Felicia, I have a question. I'm 5'3" and not from America. How old do you think I am? 12?
5'3" and not from America. 30.
Could be anything. Yeah, I don't know. Aaron Dwars says, also, well done for saying my name right the other day. I'm Aaron from Aaron DeWalls. I probably butchered it this time, but...
Right. Every time somebody says, thank you for saying my name right, I'm always afraid I'm saying it wrong at that point.
Right? Ryan Brown says, sharpen the punch. Or just hit harder. There you go.
Well, I'm hitting the, this is the setter, not the punch.
Oh, there you go.
I'm just beating the snot out of it because they came apart.
Oh, that looks good, though. That's a decent anvil. It makes
This
a
is
big
a decent
difference.
anvil,
Yeah, that
yeah.
one's a decent anvil.
Oh, it's actually double-sided. That's good. So once that gets ruined, you can flip it over. That's cool.
Yeah. Dan just jug. At Noob Maker, I'm 5'3" and from America. Ha 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 ha.
Right.
Could you make a Deadpool face?
You know, I used to do a lot of makeup like that. Back when I would, like, spend no money on it at all, and it looked really kind of bad. So yeah, kind of, but that's not really my
Prerogative right now?
expertise. Not even prerogative. It's. I have a lot of comfort and a lot of what is it? There's the authority and but it's what is it? It's comfort, it's expertise, it's skill, dealing with the foam, building with hand by hand, and I don't have that so much with the makeup. At least not to the level that I feel like I would need to do it to do an actual tutorial on YouTube at this point.
I was gonna say I've worked professionally doing makeup, but it's more the keep the shine down. It's
Right.
camera makeup, which isn't the same as doing makeup, and then I was Paula's assistant, and I still don't consider myself a makeup artist, but I'll do
Yeah.
it for friends, and I'll do it for
Right. Oh, it's fun.
yes, love it. But that's the one thing where I'm like, nah, I'd rather hire an actual makeup artist.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
talented, and there's a reason you pay.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But
Whether it's Paula or in my case
Jody
Ellen or
or-
Jody
Yeah.
or Jennifer West or
Yeah.
anybody.
But I do not consider myself a makeup artist. I've
Yeah,
done
no.
styling, I've done wardrobe, all that stuff, but no, I don't.
Yeah, I've cast my face friends in the 90s. I would cast my face friends, just do a front face cast, and I did Planet of the Apes makeup, and I did all sorts of bad Klingons and all sorts of
Yeah.
And usually it was just slip cast latex rubber. It wasn't even foam back because I couldn't afford the foam.
latex is great.
Yeah, and it would
Unless
work,
you're allergic to
but-
it, then it sucks. But
yeah.
if you're not allergic to it, it's a great tool.
It is a great tool.
So, but we will be doing the makeup for Geralt. I plan on doing
Yeah.
the scar on his
Yeah,
face.
doing a little bit of
the scar. That's gonna be fun.
yeah.
Marius Shoemaker says you want to go to Wisconsin. I heard they got some werewolves there.
I am not aware of what is being talked about.
I don't know either. Aaron Meller says, apologies if this has already been answered, but have you checked out Cosplay Chris Witcher's cosplay, as he's always keep it awesome? I have not, but I have seen people who've had some great Witcher cosplays, and I like his outfits. Witcher has some good style, and there's these pair of pants in the game that I want. They're like black leather pants, but the knees are slit, like, you know how they split elbows for like peasant dresses and stuff? Where the little poofs are coming out.
Oh, okay.
So it's slatted with a little white puff underneath.
Right.
They did that at the knees. And they
interesting.
look super clean, and I'm like, I want his pants so bad.
Not in them, you just want them.
I want those pants. Can I have your pants?
That's cool. I have seen pictures of Cosplay Chris's Witcher, and yeah, it looks really, really good. So does his Batman, and Cosplay Chris is really good.
Yeah, attention to details makes a big difference.
Yeah.
I have not seen his stuff yet, but I will go look it up.
The man is very talented.
Yay, Cosplay Chris. I will have to check it out.
And is one of those cosplayers that's taking it to the next level by actually taking care of himself physically as well. He's been losing weight, working out, has been for a while.
Oh. Well, Chris Odin's noticed, so.
Yeah.
Keep up the good work.
Keep up the good work.
Odin, if you get a chance, look up Samurai Witcher on YouTube. Awesome cosplay.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to check that out too. Maybe we'll pull up some Witcher costumes when we show off ours. You know, see some other cosplayers. That might be fun. Okay, so how much electronic training did you need to incorporate lights and stuff into your costumes and props? Well, it doesn't take any. You just have to do it anyways. But how much
training? More than once, I showed up to like a Beyond Geek shoot or some other instructional shoot where we're going to do this thing. Oh, okay. So I walk in that day and everyone looks at me and says, okay, you're the expert. What are we doing? It's like, oh, let me look it up on YouTube. Because I don't know what we're doing. So
I know that position.
Yeah. So how much training did I get? That's all I've ever gotten.
University of YouTube.
The University of YouTube. And at least back in the day, it was hard to find good how-to for electronics, because the majority of the guys, at least then, this is 10 years ago, right? 8 years ago. They all seem to have this idea that there's this base knowledge. There's this common sense portion of it.
Do you pre-know the jargon?
Yeah, you pre-know the jargon, or you pre-know the 8 steps to actually get it going. Like, yeah, I can sew. You turn the machine on and run fabric through it. Oh, great. Can you thread it? Can you set the tension? Do you know where the bobbin is? And all that was never covered in any of these tutorials. And at least with Beyond Geek, and especially with the episode when we did making... If you look up the 8-bit episode, we actually take a custom ROM for an SNES cartridge. So somebody wrote a game that can then just play on an emulator. Well, the code was written in such a way that you could flash it onto a chip, which we got the equipment to do that, desolder a chip from an old SNES or NES cartridge, then solder this new chip on. So here I am on camera soldering a 32-pin chip, and then I got to do the one next to it, right? Because the way it works, they work in tandem. You don't know which
So
is
trial by fire, just throw you straight into it, and you either fail or thrive. Yeah.
And every step of that was just, all right, how are they doing this?
You just
this
gotta
isn't making sense.
And it either works or it doesn't.
Yeah.
But University of YouTube.
University of YouTube is absolutely it. Thank you for trying to keep me on course there.
No worries. Okay. So you had very little training. You had YouTube training to incorporate electronics.
Very, very little to you have pretty much none.
I know it's intimidating, but sometimes you learn because you want to. I need this effect and I need this to work, and
the desire to have it happen is the biggest motivator for making the learning to happen.
Right?
Because I remember going to school and not caring about the subject that I'm forced to go to. Who cares about this? When am I ever going to use this?
Circle math. Who needs to know that pi r square equals the blah, 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 blah? I use it every day.
Yeah, now I use it
Every
every
day.
freaking day.
Every day. Yeah.
At least for me, I was big on math all the way through, so I never cared. But there's so many subjects, it's like, how much drool can I make on my desk?
I just remember math in particular going, like, the kids going, when am I ever going to need to know this? And
Right.
I had that discussion with my niece. She was talking about how she wasn't going to use any of this math in school. Like, what am I using fractions for? And I'm like, well, honey, you cook, right? Fractions, there's a lot of that there. And then I was explaining it that it's involved with dressmaking, and she's like, really? You need to know math for fashion? And I was like, well, yeah. There's a lot of math involved in things. So, yes. Pay attention in school, kids.
Right. It's the short route to whatever you want. That's what school is. The more you can learn in school, the more you can get exposed to in school, the faster you're going to get to where you want to go. And I can say that with authority because it took me until I was after 40 to get into editing for broadcast television. Whereas if I'd gone to school, I could have been in there in my 20s. So,
Interesting.
yeah, it's definitely the fast route.
I don't know. I went to school. And I went all the way. So,
Right.
trial by fire.
Trial by fire.
You figure it out. Felicia, will you have your own YouTube channel soon? I've started a satin dress in my final design in college and inspired from you design. Oh, thank you.
Sweet.
That's awesome. I am thinking about it. I'm still trying to figure out what content I would cover in general. It's not out of the realm of possibilities, but we'll see. This all happened because of, quarantine project.
Right.
So, who knows? I didn't know this was going to happen, so there's that.
The desire is there.
Yes, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. Just life has a weird way of throwing things at you.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Craig Hold'em, Run K-Man. Can't wait to see you make the Chaos Blades. And we got Olaf Follow. Hi from Indonesia. Hi in Indonesia.
Indonesia. I made a set of Chaos Blades once. Was there different ones I'm not thinking of?
Well, I guess he has to go look up your YouTube video.
Right. Well, it's
Is that
it's
one
understandable. It's you get a lot of history of videos behind you, and it's unfair to expect anybody new to go and look through everything in the history.
Yeah. Odin, you should make Hulk's hammer from Thor Ragnarok.
I was just looking at that last night.
Did you forget the back on one of them?
No, the back is bent and it's not going over.
Okay, so you need a new back.
I need a new back, yeah.
I'll pull out the thing then. Pull out some more.
Well, I can probably force that one open. I just need both hands to do it.
Don't fight it. Just use a new one. Let's check and see how our printer's doing. How do we go? Cut or auto?
Yeah, cut.
There you go.
Well, auto will do it too. It'll just take a moment to
So
transition.
look at it's going up and down.
It's going up and down.
I feel like it's like one of those bad episodes of Nickelodeon slime where it just keeps going up and down in the slime. We're just torturing the wolf build. 3D printing and
3D printing
thingy.
and hammering. Today on Odin Makes, we're getting hammered.
There.
I made that joke last time. Probably make that joke every time.
As you should.
As I should.
There we go. Here you go. Don't fight yourself on that one.
Okay.
Here's a new one. Just done.
Is that
The back, yeah.
Thank you.
We got love from New Zealand.
This is the last one that's got the double layer of vinyl on it. Hello, New Zealand. No, there's a place I'd love to visit.
Yeah. I do want to go to Indonesia because they have my favorite mee goreng. That's like my favorite go-to comfort noodle food.
Oh, cool.
And I've had it
Mushed.
fresh in LA, but not, I would like to have it fresh from Indonesia. The Artful Dudley says, hope you're having a great day, guys. Well, thank you.
Thank you, Dudley.
Canned Tuna says, at Odin Makes, is there a chrome paint that wouldn't crack. It's for Winter Soldier arm. I'm putting on using a silicone or flexible material like silicone. Interesting.
Oh, wow. So you want a chrome paint over silicone-like material?
Well, do you want to do it under silicone and doing a silicone topping? Like, I don't know. Because it depends on how shiny and... Because I'm just like, that's flake.
Yeah. The chrome is the single hardest thing to pull off with...
The whole Winter Soldier arm.
Anything flexible. Anything cosplay.
Yeah. I was thinking that would be good on a spandex base. You know how we glued the foam to the underneath the spandex on the 76
Right.
for the Fallout?
For the Fallout, right.
Yeah. But yeah, I was watching Winter Soldier over the weekend, and I was looking at how they did that arm, and I could totally see little pieces of foam but he moves so much. How can you not do that CGI?
Yeah, basically. This is something Adam Savage has pointed out, and I've seen it here in my own shop. There's the fantasy of getting pure bumper chrome on a cosplay prop, and nothing on camera is, which, you're trying to do cosplay with people in life, so
right,
that's
we're
not
always
camera.
dulling it
Yeah,
for camera.
you always have to dull it for camera, and so when you want a good chrome, it's actually just kind of a glossy, just normal silver spray paint. And I'm getting some really good specular highlights off of Mecha Godzilla, which is silver acrylic paint. It's to look at it, it's a pretty dull silver.
It really is dull, but it does reflect a lot of light.
But it gets some decent. It's still not chrome. I mean,
No.
I'm not getting the shine. I'm not getting a Mandalorian shine on it.
Yeah.
But now, when we did the Mandalorian helmet, we used all clad, and that is something you put on with an airbrush. And I would still be real hesitant to use that over silicone. Give it a shot, but don't hold your breath on success. And the hardest thing with all clad is that when you first put it on, it's glorious. It's everything you want it to be, but you can't touch it. You have to seal it. And if you're going to seal it over a model kit, like you're doing an Iron Man, Gundam crossover or something, you can use the aqua gloss that All Clad makes, and it gives you this wonderful candy coat, and it's perfect, but that cracks. You can't put that on anything flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it's the gloss from Mod Podge works. We were using Artflex.
What about
Airbrush
resin?
It would have to be flexible. So I mean, if you're actually just painting like a totally clear silicone back over it, that might work. But I don't know if you can brush a brush over it. I think you have to spray it on, or else you're going to mess up.
You're going to get brush marks.
You're going to get brush marks.
Yeah.
And even then, there's spots on the Mandalorian helmet that where it went on a little bit heavier, and you started to get that oil ripple effect in places. It's not fair getting this stuff to work. The Molotov pen refills might work. I haven't tried that yet, but
I'm also thinking, on T-shirts, how they have those iron-on like gel stickers.
Right.
I feel like if I could get those out of silver and use those as plates, it would be a nice, flexible, shiny, but it's already pre-having a material that's finished and that you're not painting silver.
So something that she had mentioned was Lemay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of work, but if you were to cut out individual pieces of, because the Winter Soldier arm is a bunch of plates.
Yeah, it's a bunch of plates.
And there's spaces between the plates. So if you cut out a bunch of pieces of silver Lemay fabric and glue that onto the foam.
Well, at that point, I would just do 2 pieces together and just stitch them all in and shove foam in there in between the 2 layers.
Sure, but you would have to 100% know what your 3D shape's going to be before you cut anything. To do it as now it needs to be silver after I got my 3D part built or printed.
Yeah, no, that you'd have to pre-do it as the part.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't use Lemay. I would use like a silver spandex.
Okay.
Because I'd want to move my arm.
I guess I've been using Lemay as a catchphrase, and no, Lemay doesn't stretch at all, does it?
No.
Okay, then yeah.
Lemay is usually a shiny, sparkly fabric, so that's why it gets used a lot.
Well, I'm used to Rocky Horror Picture Show where everything was Lemay, so.
It's fun to say.
Yeah, it's fun to say. It just looks lame, but it's Lemay.
Lemay. Not lame,
it's not lame at all.
Big Broad Pop says, it's hammer time!
It's hammer time!
We got a hi from Nashville.
Oh, sweet. Hello, Nashville.
And Crazy Joe 67 says you could try silver dust.
Yes, you could try silver dust. You could try
Again,
graphite
you still have to
powder
finish.
or aluminum powder. You still have to put a fixative on it of some sort. But no, you totally could. You could
Use
depending on
metallic flakes to make a metallic.
Yeah, because if you just rub the metallic powder onto it, most of the time that grips really well. I'm trying to think, did Thorcules... Because we used graphite powder on the Red Ranger sword, but we still sprayed it down with gloss spray. And McThor used the same graphite powder on his Mandalorian helmet. I don't remember if he sealed it or not.
I feel like you have to, because otherwise you're going to get it.
Well, you're really rubbing it on. If you rub it on and then you go back and you get the loose stuff off, it's kind of there.
Yeah, but I still feel like if you have, like even with dark denim, you still have to like wash it and set it. Like it's there, but it's going to be continuing its ever degrading process.
Yes.
And so if you want a chrome that stays chrome, a finish.
Shiny and chrome.
Shiny and chrome, right?
Yeah, there you go. Go get the cupcake aerosol spray they use for...
Making the modeling chocolate.
No, that's what they used in Mad Max for witness me, and they'd spray chrome in their mouth. That was cupcake frosting they were spraying in their mouth.
Okay. I just think of the poor Tin Woodman, the original guy.
Yo, yeah.
And being all silver and getting lovely cancer, because he was in California shooting, of course.
Of course.
That's why it was in California.
Of course. If it wasn't in California, it would have been fine. Was he in California? Was it all shot? Yeah. That was all shot at Universal a lot here, right?
Flex paint and some chrome flakes in it, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
I do like sparkle and glitter in the paint. It does make it on camera, but
it's a different look.
It's a different look. That's more of a glitter shine, but not a chrome. Chrome is chrome.
Chrome is chrome.
Chrome is chrome. Train!
One of these days.
Oh, you can make Deadpool's watch.
Okay. Back to Deadpool.
they really like Deadpool today in the chat.
That's okay. Deadpool's really fun. Both movies were great. The character's been a lot of fun. Ambush Bug is fun. Ambush Bug is DC. He's been around a little longer, but he was also one of those characters that was self-aware. Would break the fourth wall.
I like those characters because it felt like you're a participant in the movie.
Yeah. Deadpool, I think, took it a little further than Ambush Bug did, but still, it was so much fun.
I like the campy. I like it. I can appreciate it. I am trying to keep up, and it keeps moving.
It can be really hard to keep up with the chat.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job.
Bye, guys. You're all amazing. When you guys put a new video, I always watch them, and I like and subscribe. Bye-bye from Panama. Well, Thank you, Amaze Mega.
Thank you, Amaze Mega.
Yes. Luke. Chuha made your Scarlet Witch headdress for my girlfriend, and it came out really good. And now I'm making the Iron Man helmet from your War Machine build.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. I feel like those are good props to get started. That headband, I feel like that can get done in a day or two, depending on paint drying and glue drying. Yeah, I like that headdress.
Thank you.
And then, of course, everyone wants Iron Man.
Of course everyone wants Iron Man.
You still haven't done Iron Man.
I still haven't done Iron Man.
Eventually, one day.
It is eventually one day. Yeah. Iron Man will happen. It just hasn't happened.
Yeah.
And really, that's all it is. It just hasn't happened. It's not like I'm against Iron Man.
Hey, Odin, do you still have some of that tea from 2 weeks ago, or did you drink it all up?
I still have some. There's a lot of tea there.
Yes. Ian Saver says, Odin, have you played or seen the videos of Ghost of Tsushima?
I have seen some of the videos, and
Did I
I'm
butcher
familiar
it?
with the game. Ghost of Tsushima, no more than I would, or whatever
yeah.
it is, Tsushima. Not any more than I would. Looks fantastic. I have not played, and yeah. What else am I supposed to say? I have seen some of the videos, and it looks fantastic.
Dark Souls props in the channel, Odin?
Yes, yeah, I suppose those are. I just don't think about Dark Souls. Nothing wrong. I mean, all the time when I'm looking at memes, like, oh, it's Dark Souls. But yeah.
How about Deadpool's butter knife? And then we have Michael Lubati, who says, "Hey guys, Odin, are you a wrestling fan at all? I make replica wrestling masks."
That's cool.
Didn't you have the wrestling mask for your live TV back in the day?
Way back in the day, I was wearing a wrestling mask. Interestingly enough, wrestling is one of those things that never caught my attention. And so I would not consider myself a wrestling fan. And at the same time, I've never badmouthed it. Darn it. Coffee's attacking me. Belch. I never badmouthed wrestling because I get it. It's fun. And I've
like
been
it's
to
soap
some
operas for men.
kind of, yeah. And I've been to some local wrestling matches that happen because I've got friends that do it. And yeah, it's totally fun, but it never grabbed me.
2 years ago, I made a wrestling mask, the luchador mask, with
Yeah.
the lacing up the back. It turned out really good. That was a fun one. I still have the pattern for that. Yeah, but I like.
Yeah,
I
I don't
like
think
the
Starius
costumes.
is watching. He hasn't been able to watch on Mondays for a while, but he remembers when I was wearing that mask all the time on Play TV. Yeah, so my very first internet persona that I was doing was with Carl Miller and Aaron Lockhart. They're doing Two Guys on a Couch, and Carl was really camera shy and worried about being on camera all by himself, and so he had me put on the green and gold. I don't know which luchador it is, a particular one. They just called me Wrestle Guy.
Yeah.
And I didn't do anything. I just sat there on camera, this
Verde.
giant guy. And of course you got Carl and Aaron, both of whom are, normal sized people, but I am a much bigger person. Like I've constantly been overweight, constantly been a larger sized person. And they sit in the couch and sink down into the couch, and they bring out a desk chair for me to sit on, and I'm closer to the camera. So when the first comes on, it looks like I'm 10 feet tall just sitting there.
So they have their own Andre the Giant.
Yeah, I was like, who's this guy? He isn't saying anything. Why is he there?
It's always the silent ones. We have a hello from Yokohama, Japan.
Oh, sweet.
Well, hello in Japan.
Hello in Japan.
We have hi from Cornland of Indiana.
Well, hello, Cornland of Indiana. Have I driven through Indiana? I don't think I have. I don't think I've actually set foot in Indiana.
Have you made a con-safe bow tutorial? Fioco or Floco wants to know.
Bow as in bow and arrow, or bow as in long stick? Okay. No, I have not. Well, either way, no, I haven't. And I was asking you about if you wanted to do the Pink Ranger bow.
Yeah, the Pink Ranger bow. You
Yeah.
gotta. So eventually.
Yeah,
coming
eventually.
up.
Or the Ranger's bow from the old D&D cartoon,
There
which
you.
has no string. It's an enchanted bow, so the string becomes energy when he pulls it. So that is a very con-safe bow because, as far as a weapon goes, it is totally disarmed. It has no string.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, but we've got an awesome intro we can use again if we make the Pink Ranger's bow.
Yeah. But you have to make them all fit together now.
I didn't even realize they did that.
Well, you have the base piece, so you just base it all around that one.
Oh, okay, good. So they all fit onto the Reds. So I have seen maybe one complete episode of Power Rangers. Like wrestling, for whatever reason, it never grabbed me. I was never, so... Now, I've never badmouthed it, because every time I watched it, I could see that it was fun. It had rubber monsters. It had model shots.
It's
It had...
that classic, let's go beat up a big giant monster.
Yeah, this
and
is
then
totally my type of programming, but I just... It didn't...
Yeah.
I didn't give it a chance. I didn't sit down and watch it. So no, I had no idea that they formed. And
Yeah.
So did they all connect onto the Red Sword, or?
Well, like they all combine, so all their little individual vehicles combine to make the one giant vehicle. All
Right.
the individual weapons combine to make the giant weapon.
That the vehicle? Okay.
So, and then the giant mecha uses that weapon. So the base
Oh,
of it, I
okay.
believe, is the sword. But
Interesting.
it all kind of builds on top of that.
Huh.
But it's been a while since I've seen the actual weapon. But yes,
Right. Okay.
I think it would have been fun to be the person who designed those props
Right.
originally. I like it when they are like, I need this, and I need the them all to fit together, and I
Right.
need them to, I like those weird specs.
I'll come in and check on it. Oh, no, you're doing that wrong. What?
Exactly.
You didn't tell me.
How did you not read my mind? MP Frostbite says, nice shirt, Odin.
Thank you. Yep. Thank you very much. I am excited. I have my tickets to go see this on IMAX on Wednesday. Technically Thursday. No, Wednesday. It's still 10:30 at night, so it's still Wednesday.
Yes.
Actually, Joe's going to be going with me, so the two of us will go and see that at the IMAX here in Sacramento. So if you're in Sacramento, 10:25 showing, IMAX Theater in J Street, that's where I'm going to be.
And please sit 6 feet apart.
But you have to, when you buy tickets, you're forced to sit 2 seats away.
There you go.
And it's been a while since I looked. And it's only been like 4 days or so, or 5 days since I bought Joe's ticket. But he was the 4th ticket sold. So didn't seem like a big...
But you're also ordering so much earlier.
Yeah.
You're prompt.
Well,
Okay.
as soon as I found out they were going to be open and it was a possibility, I didn't want to miss out.
There you go.
Forgot to take the tape off. I saw a couple colored bands.
Yeah, Michael Lubati says, hey guys, thanks for what you do. Is Odin a wrestling fan at all? I make replica wrestling masks, and I always watch the channel while I work. Well, that's
Cool.
awesome. I always like
Didn't
to
we
hear
just-
what kind of props you got. Yeah, I think he asked earlier without,
okay.
without donating, but
Like, wait a minute. This seems...
yeah, no, but that's what, yeah. I scanned through the...
Thank you for scanning through. Thank you for trying to manage the madness.
Yes. But yes, I like the luchador masks, and I made them,
Yeah.
and I like them a lot.
And this is totally why we need 2 people to live stream, because just keeping up with the chat, I can't think about prop making and pay attention to the chat going by.
Yeah.
I can barely talk and do stuff. But I only have 1 more set to go, and it's still only just now 1 o'clock.
Yeah, and we're still printing.
And we're still printing.
The 3D printer is still
3D printer's
going
still
up
printing.
and down.
It's at 40%. It says, so the 3D printer is going to definitely be taking longer than we've got. So
Look at that action shot. Look at that. So exciting.
So exciting. Bzzz, bzzz.
Nickelodeon goo.
I can zoom out.
Way out. It's behind us. And then Von Luden.
Von Luden? That
says,
sounds familiar.
I keep getting my family shouting at me, Vaughn, stop hammering like that. Keep it down.
I'm sorry. I know the microphone's right here, so I'm really sorry, guys, if it's really bad.
Yeah, it's all your fault, Vaughn.
Yeah, Vaughn.
Do you both have an Amazon wish list?
No.
No.
I don't think I have a public one.
No.
I've got one. I got a list that
I ordered yesterday.
yeah.
I got a tooth flosser. Exciting.
So like my wife has a wish list that she put together a while ago, and I've got one that I just call gear. That I see something, oh, that looks like a good idea, and I dump it in the list for maybe later.
Yeah. I don't know. I make weird, depends on the project, and I end up with this weird random list of projects.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah, my shopping history on Amazon is all over the place.
Remember when we worked at Smosh?
It would have been worse. It was much worse. Yes.
Oh my gosh! I think the algorithm thought I was insane.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I'm sure.
Yes, you're searching for what?
You want what?
Yep.
Hey guys, why is Amazon asking me if I'm dead or not?
There you go. Why does Amazon think that I'm going to commit arson? No. Gabriel Henrique.
I should have just done this.
He donated to $2 and he says, Mysterio's
awesome.
helmet. Mysterio's helmet.
Mysterio's helmet. Mysterio's helmet would be awesome. I wanted to do that, when Mysterio was way more
Prevalent.
prevalent. New.
There you go. Fresh.
It would be easy to make the helmet. It would be easy to make the collar. It would be fairly easy to set up a circulatory system with a set of fans to keep fresh air going into the helmet so you didn't, choke to death. Seeing is the issue. Now we go back to All-Clad. Now we go back to All-Clad, and All-Clad might do it because apparently the Halo cosplayers use All-Clad to do their visors, and they're all a gold reflective.
Yeah,
But
it's possible.
it's
You can
possible.
even buy. What's really great about the pandemic, which you don't hear that sentence ever, is now you can find shields, face shields, in all the great colors and
Right.
like in the right plastics. Like
Right.
the 99-cent only store, I got this great Daft Punk looking one, and
Right.
it's cuttable with scissors, so it's not as impossible to find those kind of things right now. So.
This is true.
You know, I gotta look for the little bright sides where you can find them.
But of course, Mysterio's helmet is a globe. It's just a 14-inch globe or a 16-inch globe. It's a full
So you have to
360.
full on, like, you have to coat.
You have to coat it, and it's not something you can do with like mirror film, or because it's 100% compound curve.
So you actually have to know what you're freaking doing to make that happen.
To make that happen. Yep.
So,
My
do you know what you're doing to make that happen?
No, I got no clue what I'm doing at all. I literally make this up as I go almost every single time. My favorite version of Mysterio's helmet that I've seen, and I've talked about this before, but it's been a while. I believe what she did was inflated a medicine ball or something else that was actually round, like, because balloons aren't round. I mean, they're spherical, right, but they're balloon shaped, they're not round. Anyway, she did that, and then did the string art. There's an old school style of
The cotton and the glue.
cotton in the glue, or
Yeah.
it's
Like paper mache.
paper mache, but with string.
Yeah.
And did that to get the full shape, and then deflated the balloon out of it. So now she's got this globe that's spray painted silver. She can see out of, she can breathe through,
Yeah.
and it totally worked.
I did something weird like that for a skirt once.
Okay.
But yeah.
And I think that's been my favorite cosplay solution for
Yeah.
actually making Mysterio's dome.
I think
My
that's my
favorite
favorite.
cosplay version of Mysterio was just wearing the morph suit with tracking marks on it.
Well, there you go.
That was my favorite one I've seen.
Way back about.
What's that?
Way
Oh,
back,
wow.
I want to say about like now. It's almost been 5-10 years ago. Don't want to admit it, but I did the Susan B. Coleman Race for a Cure. They had our school, way back when I was in college, they had our school do a fashion show with their old t-shirts from the previous year's run. So they gave us a bunch of t-shirts and said, make fashion with this, and we'll do a
Okay.
fashion show for the end of the race once they had that as part of the fundraiser. And then they auctioned off the garments when they were done with it. And I had taken the t-shirts and stripped it, and then I crocheted them together and made this, basically was a basket that I draped over a yoga ball.
Okay.
I soaked it in glue, draped it over a yoga ball, and let it dry in this basket, and I made this little net basket skirt that kind of felt like a bell when you wore it.
Cool.
And it was made out of old t-shirts, but I had this weird bird theme, and that was the bird cage. Never do weird, normal things, do I?
No.
But yeah.
Why would you?
No, because everybody else does that.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Besides, it's also tradition for fashion to be weird.
Yeah. Makes you talk about it.
Yes, makes you talk about it. That makes sense.
Hi, Odin and Felicia. Would you ever make Kung Lo's hat from Mortal Kombat or an Optimus Prime helmet to go with the Matrix? I don't know, maybe.
Optimus Prime helmet, Optimus Prime mask. Yes, we've talked about doing that more than once. It just kind of hasn't happened. The hat, the helmet, is that just the Peaks hat?
I don't know.
I'm not remembering which character. I'd have to look it up. So, could I? Oh, I'm sure I could. And I bet there's a new design for the new movie, which have I seen the trailer? I'm not sure if I've seen the trailer yet.
Even if you did, you'd still have to look it up, right?
Oh, even if I did, yeah.
Yeah. I can't pretend that I know what it looks like thinking I know what it looks like. I already know I'm wrong.
Yeah,
The color's
right.
off. The style's slightly different.
It's amazing how often I will think about something, but invert it mentally. And so then I make it backwards.
Yes. Oliver Huntington says, you've made a Power Ranger sword. You need to make a helmet to match.
Yep,
Yes.
I've seen that. And that is, there's so many Power Ranger possibilities with 5 Rangers and, well, 6 or,
Depending on which version.
Well, even we
and,
just stick to the Mighty Morphin, right?
well, the originals, they still
Yeah.
have, yeah.
Well, I thought they dropped the Mighty Morphin after the first couple seasons and they just became Power Rangers.
Yeah, because they also did Dino Rangers and a lot of others.
And Space
I
Rangers
stopped
and-
watching after
yeah.
the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Once they lost Kimberly, I was out.
There you go. So, any Power Rangers prop we do, Kimberly's got to be part of it, or...
She's my favorite. Ian Server says, "All right, Odin, I'm off. Have fun.
Alright.
Keep crafting. Well, bye."
Thank you. Goodbye, Ian.
Aaron Dwars says, is it possible to have another Mandalorian build soon? I've got a life-size baby Yoda, Grogu. Grogu.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm mispronouncing that. Your builds are always so inspiring. Thanks for brightening up my day.
Thank you. Yes, I've got one planned. They'll be coming up very soon. If it doesn't happen next week, it'll be the week after.
Ooh, exciting.
Exciting. However, it is a Mandalorian build, but it's not what you think. It's 100% Mandalorian. It's 100% only appeared in the Mandalorian show. It's not what you think.
Well, now I have no idea. Lucas Goodwin says, "Yay, do Kung Lao's hat."
Kung Lao's hat. Okay.
And then
Is
Michael.
that like the Three Storms hat from Big Trouble in Little China? Because all three of them had these giant wicker hats, and like I think Lightning specifically had an open band in his hat because he wore it so low he would actually look out through his hat.
Yeah.
I really like Big Trouble in Little China.
It's been a while since I've seen that. Johnny Flores says, "What about the Osmort?" I'm just mispronouncing that.
I can't even see that far.
Organosm. What? I am just saying it completely wrong.
Oh, Orgasmorator from Orgasmo.
There you go. Apparently, I don't know what an orgasmo is.
Orgasmo is. Orgasmo is.
Orgasmator.
Well, I'm not quite sure what the Orgasmator is. I don't remember now. But Orgasmo was Trey Parker, Matt Stone's live-action movie, where you have the nice Mormon boy needs to get work in Hollywood, and so he gets into the adult industry being
Yes!
a superhero.
I haven't actually watched that one yet.
Oh, okay, it's fun, of course.
No, but I do appreciate their storytelling abilities. I feel
Yeah.
like they are underrated talent. For as amazing as they are, I still feel like they're underrated. Michael Lubati says, "I appreciate..." The thing moved, and I started to read it.
I appreciate that the thing moved.
I
No.
was starting to read something, and then the whole chapter. So sorry, I missed your comment.
Okay, I need to whack it harder than that. Screwing around.
Do it.
There we go. Now that's flat and dead.
Okay. Have you made any Voltron items yet?
I have not made any Voltron items yet. There are so many primary colored multi-team units, especially from that time era. No, I've not done anything from Voltron. I haven't done... This is not the same thing, although I'm lumping it in there, apparently. I've not done anything from Macross.
Yeah.
I
was very surprised at how much I really liked the new Voltron that came out. That was a really good...
I've heard that, yeah.
Like, it was better than the original, in my
Okay.
opinion. And don't kill me for saying that, but I really genuinely...
So there's one from the 70s.
Yeah.
I think the original anime was called Gotcha Man. But the version here was called Battle of the Planets. And when I was young, I watched it because, you know, creatively, the local television station used the Star Wars theme for the television spots. But it was a 5-member team, primary colors. They were bird themed, you know.
Not lion themed like
Not
Voltron?
lion themed like Voltron. Flew around in a giant clunky square blue spaceship that would turn on their Phoenix drive or whatever and become the Phoenix, big fiery Phoenix. And like a lot of the shows, they took the original Japanese show and then heavily rewrote it, re-edited everything, and they created a whole new character, kind of like Zordon. I'm saying the name wrong, for Power Rangers, where you get the other, you know, hey, here's your new mission, you gotta go do, and so they had this robot with his robot dog in his underwater control room, and he would give the, you know, the bird people their missions with this poorly written, wrapped around story that had a Hanna-Barbera style animation that went along with the Japanese animation.
Sounds
anyway,
fun.
It was fun, yeah.
So they got footage and
Well,
they edited it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go run and grab a new.
Go grab a
glove.
noose? Oh, okay.
New glove.
Yeah, don't run and go grab a noose. I'm seeing colors. Wow.
Fun. I like whatever this is.
Oh, thank you. You can bring that over if you want. Tim753100 says, hello from right here in Sacramento. Hello, Tim. Do you have any interest in making one of Storm's hats from Big Trouble in Little China? I don't know how well I can actually weave wicker or you know, whatever the material is. That would be fun. Why? Are you planning on cosplaying as one of the Storms? I mean, I could totally do Thunder, but you know, that's awesome, Tim. Hey, if you're going to be at the IMAX at the 1025 showing this Wednesday for Godzilla, see you there. And then we got Dems doing €100.
Wow.
Yeah. And thanks for all what you do. Well, thank you.
I found these in the back room when I went to go steal gloves.
You go steal gloves?
Yeah. Well, because I was using the glove to rub off the extra paint or glue, and I.
No, I didn't get it. Come here. There it goes. Camera 2. Cut.
Look what I
What
found.
did you found? So this was actually printed on a filament style printer, and that does react with black light. Now,
Yeah.
being a little slow, let me go wander.
Got a Godzilla by his tail.
You gotta get to look by his tail.
Yes. No, this is fun. Is it a puzzle or does it pop together or did it print together? Because I know you can do that sometimes.
It is not a puzzle, so you can tell them that.
There we go.
So no, it is not a puzzle. It's just a little articulated toy. And this particular does react with black light. Although on camera it just looks like I'm lighting it up with a flashlight.
I know, right?
but it does actually fluoresce. But
yeah, you really can't tell. But
you really
that's
can't tell on the camera, no. But
not on camera, but
no,
in real life
it really
you can.
does.
And then I found these guys.
Yeah. Well, these are the ones that JP Sculptor made.
Yeah.
Sent to us a long time ago, and he actually sent them to us as a photon file. So he sent them pre-sliced, ready to go for a photon
Ready
printer.
to be stuck on the goober.
Yeah, and so we stuck them on the goober and printed them.
There we go. It is so weird doing it on camera because it's not a mirror.
Right, it's not a mirror.
This one doesn't have it trimmed yet.
Correct.
And this one's been trimmed.
Yep.
So.
And what's fun with these, the reason that we've got the 3D
How
printer.
are you? You good?
That's all right. Hey, you look familiar. Hey, you look like Superman. You look like the Witcher guy.
I did. I watched the Snyder cut or whatever, the Superman.
Right.
I forgot it was the same guy.
Oh yeah.
Somebody pointed that out. They're like, I like him better. He looks younger as a blonde. Was somebody told me, and I was like, oh yeah, it's the same guy. Like it did not register right away. I was engulfed in the movie, but yes.
Right. I remember seeing Reddit comments with pictures of Henry sitting and playing the actual Witcher game on a Twitch stream, and the comments are like, "Am I just watching Henry play himself online?"
Play with him, yeah.
Right.
I like this thing. This thing is fun.
That thing is fun. So that's a little, it's a Shark S10 printer that they sent me to review. It also has a laser engraver head added onto it. So been slowly trying to get that to print out as well.
Yeah, you definitely see the filament lines, but I
Right.
don't hate this
No,
at all.
no, I don't hate it. That's for sure. And yeah, you can definitely see that it was
Filament
printed.
printed versus resin printed.
And that was, the arms and legs were separate pieces that got added on, but that was definitely all the articulation of the head, body, tail was all a single print that just pulled off the table and was printed as flexible.
I'm always impressed by that.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like there's so many amazing things that can happen with 3D printers, but I'm always too afraid to just try. Yeah, so. Okay, I keep pulling this out and not doing anything with it, but I feel
That's
like
all right.
it's like time to just kind of make a mess.
Oh, it is. Totally time to just make a mess. How badly did it dry out?
Not badly at all, look at
Okay,
that.
good.
No, I'm just kind of gonna rub some on and then make a mess and then.
I went and
Getting low there.
Am I? All right, well, that happens.
It's like they get used.
It's like they get used.
Yeah. I like the little greasy spots that this adds. It just makes it look like maybe he's been splattered with blood and guts, you know.
There you go.
Like the Witcher does.
Okay. Oh, here we are. What is this?
See what people are saying?
Is that the ultimate?
Is that it combined?
Yeah, is that it combined?
I believe.
So I'm looking at a picture on Discord, and it looks like it's all the B. Lynch sent a picture like an hour ago. No, just about half an hour ago.
You know, when we weren't paying attention to the
Yeah.
chat. Do you still have that paintbrush? Because that really got into the details.
Poor Nicole just realized that missed out on the first hour of the stream, which was Patreon only.
Really?
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Hi, Nicole. Welcome back or here, anyways.
Welcome here now, anyways. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, hey.
How did you pop off the top last time?
You just have to really twist it.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I'm going to make a
And it
mess.
still drips. Yeah, we don't want it to get on you, that's for sure.
I always seem to wear white when I'm going to stain myself.
Oh, Maker JP. I said it backwards. Sorry, Maker JP. Oh, Henry has the final finished sculpt now. Oh, that's awesome.
I just want to add dirt and grime.
Percy Jackson Sword. Gojira. Johnny Flores, thanks for live streaming. Yeah, you're welcome, Johnny.
Thank you for joining us on our live
thank you
stream.
for joining us on our
It wouldn't be
live
as much
stream.
fun without you guys.
Right. And with that name, Johnny Flores. Are you the Johnny that used to hang out here at the media center? Are you the Johnny that has the Thundercat sword now? I'm really bad with names, so it could be quite wrong here. Advix and Net Godzilla reminds me of the Netflix Mechagodzilla. It's all flat and a city. Kal-El,
Kal-El, like Superman.
with as much authority, says Henry Cavill is the best Superman. Don't let him stop playing Superman.
He is
He
a
is.
gorgeous Superman,
Yeah.
and honestly, I feel like he's just a little too pretty.
Ooh, here's a literally Cthulhu also agreeing that Henry's his an excellent Superman. So not only do we have a Kryptonian telling us he's the best Superman, but we have Cthulhu telling us that he's the best Superman.
I feel like Superman's a little bit hard because, you know, I think great characters are defined by their flaws. And Superman's
Okay.
flaws aren't as easy. You know, like, he's
Right.
just too perfect.
Superman's flaws are not apparent in this gravitational.
His flaws-
It's not gravity. It's the yellow sun, right? So for Ultraman, it's gravity.
Well, he's the kryptonite or whatever. Like, he
Right.
has very obvious, you know.
Oh, he's got his
but
little, yeah.
I'm just saying, I feel like the reason that Marvel's really kicking butt right now is that they have realistic superheroes. Like, Iron Man's just a small... Well, Batman's a rich guy. I don't know. But I do, appreciate both of them in different ways.
There are a lot of DC heroes who are invulnerable, who are, able to fly, are super, super strong, and all these things that...
Yeah.
Yeah, it would make it really hard to put them in jeopardy.
You have to have bigger bad guys and more...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just starts getting ludicrous. I
Yeah.
mean,
Like, can humans even exist on... Well, that's what happened with Dragon Ball Z. They just kept getting crazier and crazier and more and
right?
crazy. And then they attracted bigger and bigger bad guys.
Yeah?
So...
High enough that I can even see it yet? No. There it is. Oh, good. It's sticking to the plate. We have success!
Yay!
So here we are, 2.5 hours in, and I can finally see... We can't, the camera...
Not on
yet.
the camera, but look
No.
it! Finally have success!
But I can finally see past the rim of the resin vat, and I can see that the print is at least sticking to the build plate. Does that mean it's 100% success? No, not at all.
But it's not spaghetti.
Something's
Not that
there.
the spaghetti-
It's been so many times that the first layer wouldn't stick to the build plate, and then as it would go up and down, all you would do is you print out a thick outline, a 2D version of the thing. that's just stuck to the bottom of the vat. Yeah, and with the base layer having a bunch of extra grippy stuff, the 2D layer is really boring.
I really like how easy this glue rubs off with the vinyl gloves.
Oh, good.
So, and I'm just giving it a lovely, ugly washing
Okay.
of
Weathering. You're
I'm
weathering
weathering
the snot out of it.
weathering the snot out of it, and not evenly either.
I
But I'm
really
getting
enjoyed.
into the crevices and crannies because that's where the dirt's really going to stick.
Right. So those laser discs were the first behind-the-scenes stuff. They had a lot of extra stuff. It's very common on DVDs
You mean
and Blu-rays.
DVDs weren't the ones who invented that?
Nope, not at all. And there's a Terminator 2 box set that had a really good. Okay, that's why it's not folding up right. Terminator 2 box set that had a really good behind-the-scenes extra on the costumes and how for the Terminator they had 12 sets of his leather clothes, and most of them were at the various stages as needed for the destruction of the character.
I could totally see that happening. My
Yeah.
stomach would get like this pit in my stomach every time the script read blood.
Uh-huh.
Because I'd have to have 5 copies. Because we have to have a reset every time their blood touched the costume. Because you know what? We need another shot. We didn't get it quite right.
Yep.
Flubbed up my word, but yeah. So
Yeah.
I could totally see that happening.
But even for him, it was as had different accidents, different things he would get shot. You'd have
Yeah.
more and more
So you
bullet
need
damage.
the bullet hole one, the pre-bullet
Yeah.
hole one.
And even the first set
Continuity.
had to look like it was worn because he took it off a biker.
Yeah.
So even the very first set had to have wear on it. Yeah. So that was a fun thing. It was a fun thing for me to look at and understand,
And relate to.
relate to. Well, at that point, I was still
We hadn't, yeah.
yeah, because this is '90s, so
Yeah.
I was into learning about it, but I wasn't doing yet. Not really.
Yeah. You gotta love blood and guts.
Yep.
Look at that. It just looks a little grimy
Lost
now.
a finger.
Yeah, that's why I got new gloves.
All right. Dr. Fate helmet would be sweet. Hello from nearby Orangevale. Well, hello.
Hello in Oroville. I've filmed at your hospital quite a few times.
Yeah.
If you have your child at Oroville Hospital, you get a free car
Lollipop?
seat on your way.
Oh, the car
They send
seat.
you home with a free car seat.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's Foxham Armor. We got Dan Does Junk, puppet prop idea. Deadpool's severed head with blinking eyes and mouth movement behind the mask.
Well, there you go. That's nice and creepy.
Yeah.
Wanted right in time for Halloween, right?
David Ocean Alaska says, Odin, how about making a head mask of Hellboy? Okay.
Go with the fingers.
Yeah, go with the fingers. That could be very cool.
Yeah, I like those latex ones, the ones that we had at Smosh that were like almost realistic that you used.
Oh, the silicone ones that you really had to pull on.
Remember
Yeah.
the demon?
Right. I wasn't there for the shooting of the demon. I wish I was, but I've
You built
seen
the
it.
set, didn't you?
Yeah, but I wasn't there during.
Yeah, during the filming, during the actual filming.
The last year I worked for Smosh, I would work on the weekends only, doing a bunch of pre-production stuff, building sets, building weird little props that they do stuff. But I had a day job, and so when they would actually shoot, I wasn't there. And that was actually really rough because the person that would then relate the information back to me from what happened on set, I've got their interpretation and attitude of everything. And
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's easy to remember everything that went wrong, and it's hard to remember everything that went right.
Right.
And oh my gosh, did things go wrong? And
Yeah,
was
oh,
it
yeah.
dramatic? But it was so much fun.
yeah, it was a
Oh
lot
my
of
gosh.
fun.
Yeah, but we did that demon, and I was like, we have to do a demon from hell. So I wanted to put Courtney in these big old muscles.
Yeah.
And I had this red thing, and then Ryan ordered the face mask, the silicone face mask,
Yeah.
for that one specifically.
Okay.
And it was like, oh my gosh, I love this.
Oh yeah, that thing was
I felt
cool.
so bad for Courtney because she was, but it was a fun suit. That was
Yeah.
a fun one. Definitely enjoyed that one.
Cal L says RoboCop bust, but the old one. So let me be clear: if we do anything RoboCop, it's going to be the 1987 RoboCop. It's going to be the 1987 Ed 209, or it'll be the 1989 RoboCop 2. That's the era of RoboCop that I'll totally be working in.
So you can't really. Oh shit!
Oh, we did that again.
I did that again. I
Yeah.
only got my pants, but these
Only got your pants.
were my favorite pants. No.
You know, this time I wasn't even looking at the thing, and
Yeah, of course I bonked it. Can I have one of those?
yeah.
Shout is your friend.
Shout is your friend. It's only dye. It's only leather dye.
Well, the nice thing is with synthetics, it's hard to really make them color fast. So
Right.
polyester doesn't like dyes very much.
No, it doesn't. You have to get a special dye just to do that.
Yay for synthetics. But yeah, no, Shout is amazing.
Well, get your pants off, and
Yeah. There. Okay. Yes, I made a lovely mess. I was just trying to show the difference because you really can't see, but you can see.
right.
Let me put the lid on, and then
Sure.
you can show.
Or before you do anything with it, move it away from, because even last time it was right there.
Right? Let's make a mess. Odin makes a mess.
All the time. There's in no way am I trying to say she's the only one that spills stuff, because that is not true. There just happened to be last time we were working with the shoe polish, I was looking at it thinking, that's going to spill, I should move it. Beat, spill.
But what I was doing with it is this has been a little weathered. Not super weathered, but weathered, and this one hasn't. So can you see how clean this lovely brown right here looks? So this one looks clean, and
So
it
it's
hasn't
clean.
been weathered.
Right.
And this one has
Has a
gunk
little
on
bit of
it
gunk on
and
it.
stick, and just kind of seems like
Right,
it's
it's-
not fresh and new.
Cool.
So this is nothing. This is with a little bit of weathering, and I feel like we can still add some more onto it. It won't hurt.
Yeah,
I would
well.
even probably take a Sharpie and add little dings.
Yeah.
Visual dings, not actual dings, just
Right.
little
No, for sure.
things. So
All the little silver marks to show where the paint's chipped off the armor. Yeah.
the highlights and lowlights, it's shading, but with distress.
Yes, distressing.
Shading under distress.
A weathered table live from Ad Vixen.
Yeah. So now that I hid the stuff from me.
George says the black chess piece is still too plain. Maximilian Hammerschmidt says, make a big kahuna burger, please. That's kind of fun. So, and Gabriel Enrique is telling us about make Mysterio's helmet, please. Well, honestly, string art is going to be probably the only way I would really, at least I'm not too worried about.
Unless you can find a. Well, I didn't want to like put footprints everywhere.
Oh, that's a good
There
plan.
is a puddle.
Oh, all right. The apple box the wood apple box got stuff put on it. And yeah, you're right. We don't want to.
Oh, better.
We don't want footprints.
So, what were they asking or saying or talking about?
Oh, well, there's Big Kahuna Burger. That's the fake burger chain that everybody's eating in all of Quentin Tarantino's movies.
Oh, okay.
You know, along with teriyaki donut.
I was going to say, Good Burger, welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger.
Right.
Can I take your order?
That looks like a tasty beverage. Yeah, that's Big Kahuna Burger. David, no, I have not made anything from Battle of the Planets, which is the show I was talking about. I thought about it, and it was fun reminiscing with Zot there for a while. We both looked at the first episode on YouTube because we both loved the show when we were younger. That's a rough watch, but it didn't age well. No, I haven't made anything for Battle of the Planets, and I would totally be down for making the helmets. Or didn't you got the main guy who's white, and then you have the secondary main guy who's kind of the anti-hero but still hero. You know, the Bakugo wow, brain failing. Anyway. He's got like a remote control peregrine falcon or a remote control falcon thing that he can fly around.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I want a remote control falcon.
Yes, no kidding. Remote control, almost remote control anything.
A drone. I love living in the future.
So Supreme Sonoro, shorten this up, is asking for anything from Warframe. There's a lot of good looking stuff from Warframe.
Yeah?
Definitely agree with that. Ad Vixen says, let's all sponsor a Mayor McCheese build. So what kind of value do we want to put on a Mayor McCheese build? Do you remember Mayor McCheese? He was still around when you were really young.
I remember the Fry Kids.
Okay.
I like those things.
Right. So Mary McCheese has he has a tailcoat, right? Because he's got the really classic 1800s type of dress. And then, if I remember correctly, he's got the giant hamburger head with a monocle. And I don't remember if Mary McCheese has a hat or not. I know Big Mac, who is a Bobby, he was a policeman. He's got a hat.
I've done the Hamburglar a lot, like as a costume for people at a costume shop.
Okay.
Like the Hamburglars happened quite a few times. Yeah.
So if we were to do Mary McCheese and put a dollar value on it, because I had Vixen saying let's
like how much to do that one?
Yeah, how much to do that one?
Well, size of the foam.
Right.
You got to calculate the cost of the foam and
cost
the
of the
time.
foam for the head, and then how much do we want to make the head work? I've seen.
Yeah.
So part of the McVengers, one of the members that tested did a, I think it was Mary McCheese. I don't think it was Big Mac, and then made a. It's not good. My brain's failing so hard. Awesome space chick from Marvel. Captain Marvel.
Marvelous
Yeah,
one?
the Marvelous one. Did a Captain Marvel version of Mary McCheese, made a Captain Marvel hood for it and everything else. Yeah.
So dollar amount, I think it would cost about the same amount as a normal build video.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything more extravagant than a typical build.
The typical build, even if it was a full costume with all the fabric.
Oh, there with the costume, I'd double the price then.
Okay.
Because it's double the build. Because you got to think about it. One prop. You do one prop at a time. Now a whole fit from head to toe.
Right.
Is
so it's giant burger, which the way the tested guy did it was couch foam, polyfoam.
Yeah, I was going to say you have to foam it
with fabric.
You could do that. You can also do latex. It's just how do you want to finish?
Right.
What texture you want
it.
Oh,
he didn't look good.
Yeah, no, that totally works because I'm all for covering foam and fabric. That's what we did with this.
That's what we did with this.
Cover the foam and fabric. Or we could just paint it, but we covered it in fabric.
So KW Lego Formers with a $100 donation.
Wow.
Hi, Odin. I'm a huge fan of yours. Hey, KW. I'm now a huge fan of yours. You've inspired me to build my own suit. Really? Oh, that's cool. I'm making a Generation 1 Optimus Prime cosplay on my Instagram, KW Cosplay. So, KW Cosplay just sponsored a plug for themselves for everybody to go to KW Cosplay over on Instagram and check out their Generation 1 Optimus Prime build. And we should all go look it up and encourage them and let them know that, they need to keep going and finish it because there's going to come a point, especially doing a full body cosplay like that, you're going to come up against a couple of problems right in a row. They're going to feel insurmountable. And it's really easy to lose your momentum. So we need to go.
Let's give them encouraging words.
Yeah,
you can do this.
Give them encouraging words and let them know that, it sucks right now, but you push for another week and you're going to have a thing and it's going to be real cool.
Right.
And literally it gets down to that. It'll get down to the last little bit of, you just need that little bit of extra. So KW, that is cool. And do it and keep it up. Maximilian Hammerschmidt says, I'm so glad Odin knows about Big Kahuna Burger. I pay attention to that kind of stuff. You got a character walking out onto set holding a drink and a bag and there's logos on it. I'm reading the logos because I know that either it's sponsored or it's made up and funny.
Because you know the rules. I can see a logo. I got to Greek it.
What is this one going to say? Yeah. and so, I love teriyaki donut for the same reason because it's a lucky cat but holding a donut. And the whole idea of teriyaki donut sounds horrible to me.
Yeah.
Terry White says, what about a Blue Falcon helmet? That's very much what Battle of the Planets looks like. Blue Falcon was from Scooby-Doo. He was a superhero dynamic duo with the Scooby-Doo show. So it was him. No, am I confusing Blue Falcon and Dynomutt? I might be. I don't think Blue Falcon was with Dynomutt, but it was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon characters.
Okay.
And
So part of that whole Cartoon Network.
Part of the whole,
Well, it Cartoon Network?
No,
it was
that's 70s.
It was
60s and 70s.
Yeah, but they came out anyways.
Yeah, no, they came out.
I was trying to figure out.
Saturday morning, but and Blue Falcon was, an inept Batman he didn't have powers.
Like Batman will? No.
Yeah, like Batman will. He didn't have powers. He just had a really cool suit and was good at what he did. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's why I like the Tick so much.
Yes.
So
Tick
much.
actually has powers, but he's inept at what he does.
Right. And then the thing is that Arthur is like the superhero, but he's not the superhero. Does that make any sense?
Yes. Yeah,
And I
he's
love
the
that.
hero. Yeah.
He saves the day, but he never feels like he belongs on the team, but he always is a valuable member. And I appreciate that about Arthur.
Steven Rodriguez has a huge emoji string that I can't read, but it comes down to being a really good sum up of Pulp Fiction. So that's nice. Oh, Blue Falcon and Dynamite was the team. Yes! My knowledge of trivial BS is still holding up pretty good.
I'm doing little globs so that they just kind of sink in
Cool.
and make little splatters of monster blood. At least that's what I tell myself in my head.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it'll sink in and give a little bit of
More of a splotchy versus
yeah.
an
Well, that's
even.
too close. Everything's still on super zoom. Ad Vixen says, I got a DC build, Mr. Mind, the smart worm with a talking radio. I would also love to do an Earthworm Jim build.
I was just thinking Earthworm
yeah,
Jim.
Earthworm Jim is, so much fun.
Earthworm Jim. I forgot about him.
So we got the Staff Blaster from Stargate SG-1 from Wolf Rider, which is that's not the Zat stick. There's the Zatziki thing, whatever. Of course, that's Greek food.
Tzatziki.
Yeah, there's a Zat stick or a Zat gun from Stargate SG-1, which kind of looks like it folds up and it pops out like a cobra, kind of. And then you got the big staff that was actually in the movies and was in the first season of the show. And then I think later on they came out with a small pistol for the show.
I really do appreciate the design teams that they have that have to come up
Right.
with these weapons.
Connor Cook says, "Hey, Odin and Felicia, I'm finally here. Hey, Connor."
Hi, Connor. Welcome.
College class right after Munch. With the different Marvel films, what sequels do you like better? Iron Man 1, 2, or 3, etc. Also, you want to list off all the sequels?
Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2.
Well, so which sequels from Guardians of the Galaxy do you like better? I think it's specifically what the question is.
Which
so, like,
one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I could, Thor Ragnarok is my favorite Thor movie.
Yeah, that one is the best of the Thors.
Yeah, easily the best of the Thors. I usually go as far as to say it's my favorite Marvel film, and I could totally allow anyone to argue with me on that because that's a personal preference with a bias going back to Big Trouble in Little China.
Well, there you go. You are not allowed to have that as your favorite. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
There-
that,
yeah.
that,
No,
I
no,
get
no,
that
no.
totally. No, my favorite comment when I've said that on my normal weekly videos is, "That one's your favorite? Well, that explains a lot." It's like, what?
Jeez.
I
How
like
dare
it.
you enjoy people's hard work?
Yeah, I enjoy the cheesy film. I enjoy the buddy film of the two characters that aren't really that capable on their own. I mean, they are. They're both great fighters, but they're not really, strong people. I don't know how to put it. Thor and Banner. And they are, but they're not, right? Because Hulk is, destructive. Anyway,
Hulk
I'm
smash.
talking myself into a corner.
Puny God.
Puny God. Yes, that's how it feels. Rewatch that scene. Iron Man 1, 2, and 3 out of the sequels. I remember liking Iron Man 3 more than 2. I think I like Civil War the best out of the Captain America movies. Guardians of the Galaxy, if I'm only allowed to choose from sequels, it makes it kind of easy.
I thought they were asking which one of the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, unless I'm reading it wrong.
No, you probably are reading it wrong, and I heard it. Yeah. But yes.
And I think at that point we're kind of out of sequels, right? Because there's a whole bunch of one-offs that they haven't made sequels for yet.
Yeah.
Am I forgetting a sequel? Because Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm forgetting one, I think. Maybe I'm
I
not.
don't know, unless you want to count the WandaVisions all as separate things, and then which one of those. Because formats are changing.
Formats are changing. I'm really enjoying Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I really enjoyed the WandaVision.
Yes, I very much enjoyed WandaVision. I didn't know what to expect, but I definitely enjoyed what they spoon-fed me. This peeled up, and I'm going to just add another layer of glue.
Boromir's Horn of Gondor? Oh no, I'm thinking of the huge one. The Horde of Gondor is not the huge one, huh? Okay. Maximilian making other requests.
Yes.
How about making the plasma cutter for Dead Space 2? I've thought about it, but no, obviously I haven't. It hasn't happened. Jack of all trades is saying Iron Man 3 is the best Marvel solo film. Fight me! So everyone, hop on over to the Jack of all trades channel and start up the hate train on why Iron Man 3 isn't the best Marvel film.
Got some drama.
Oh, Ant-Man, right, Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp. Okay. You know, I think I did like Ant-Man. I think I do, even though it's hard. You can't choose between sequels because there's only one sequel.
I'm still getting through them. I haven't gotten to all.
Ant-Man was a lot of fun, but I think I did like Ant-Man and the Wasp better.
I have not gotten there yet.
Okay.
On the I'm working my way through the multiverse or through the universe.
Whatever it is, yeah.
Yeah, and I just got Winter Soldier and Guardians, so that's as far as I've gotten.
Then I guess we get our choices of the Spider-Man movies.
I absolutely love Multiverse, best Spider-Man movie in a really long time.
And
Fight me on it. No.
And I guess Far From Home was really the only one, huh? Because going back to being sequels, there's only one sequel so far.
So far. But they have lots of...
They're in production for another one, so.
Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna let this dry for a second.
And then Connor's trying to talk about Avengers 1, 2, 3, 4. I suppose those are still sequel movies. Deadpool 2. Mark Knight says, I'm gone. Bye. Okay, well, sorry to piss you off, Mark Knight.
Bye.
Oh, sweet. Light SG1 is, hi, Odin. I'm working on a model kit for Jack's truck from Big Trouble Little China. The Pork Chop Express. That's awesome. Is that an actual model kit, or is that, did you just get the right Peterbilt or Mac, whichever it is, and you're putting decals on it? Did you do it again?
Again.
Do you need a sippy cup?
Apparently, I cannot have the lid off of this thing.
Well, the silicone shouldn't stain. More Ant-Man soon from Maker JP. Sweet! Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man. Also fight me. No, there's no fight there, Jack.
Tom Holland?
Yeah. No, there's no... Toby Maguire was a lot of fun. Toby Maguire was great. Andrew Garfield was good. Some of the 70s Spider-Mans were fine. Tom Holland is the best. Yeah. Totally. As soon as he pops out Civil War, you got a metal arm and all that in the middle of the fight, that's the Spider-Man from the comic books.
I really do appreciate him. I'm still stuck on the multiverse with it's a cartoon, so it's not live action, so it's not fair.
It doesn't matter.
But I like that pork chop.
Spider-Ham?
Spider-Ham, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's a real character.
No, I know, and I appreciate that they all made it in there. I'm like, there's so many versions in that one that, I like them.
Yeah,
but
Miles Morales is great. That Peter B. Parker was great. They were all fun. But I'm assuming we're quantifying out of the live action Spider-Mans.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that.
I would agree.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Miles Morales is my favorite version.
I want to give everyone a 5-minute warning. It's almost 2 o'clock, even though the print isn't done.
Yeah, but guess what?
Oh, almost. We might be able to see it on the build plate. So give me a second, and I'll go move the camera.
Yeah.
But I have an appointment at 2:30, so I have a hard out of 2 o'clock. So just a quick little 5-minute warning. We're coming up to the very end of our stream. And it's been a heck of a lot of fun talking with you guys today.
Yeah, and we're done with our Witcher costume. All the little details are done.
Really?
Yeah, we have the Grommets in.
Right.
We've finished. It's
You
been
finished
weathered.
Some weathering, okay.
And it's ready to put on to a body. We got to add the necklace right here. And
Right.
he has an extra belt around his waist that we're not building. We're just going to use a belt for.
Right.
But yeah.
We're going to cheat something?
So, yeah, we're pretty much done. We're going to get your out on the right time. Next
Right.
week we'll have this printed.
Look, there it is. There it goes. Give it just a second. There's a little green thing. There's a light coming on so you can see the UV light happening. And then it comes up, and we'll see a little corner of the print. So it breaks the surface. This is riveting streaming entertainment right there.
Yeah. So next week we'll get this on a human being. We'll give them a scar on their face.
Cool.
Yes. We'll use the sword, the foam sword.
The foam sword, yes. We'll just do that thing.
Yeah, how do you want to know how I got these scars?
Oh, I got these scars. Yeah, I didn't take the popsicle out of the popsicle stick out of the popsicle.
Yeah. I don't know, running with the frisbee. I don't know.
You're running the frisbee, right?
Tried to catch a frisbee and fell. I don't know.
Catch a saw blade.
There you go.
Yeah.
So next week we'll get this on a human being, and then that'll be it for Witcher.
That's amazing. That'll be it for Witcher?
That'll be it. We'll be done.
That's amazing.
And then the week after that, we'll do a Stitch and Bitch where you guys get to tell us exactly what you want to see.
Right. She was talking about having an Ash Ketchum hat. I said, I should bring that for the Stitch and Bitch. So next week is this. Week after that is 100% hang out and talk with you guys. Probably won't be doing any hammering at all.
No.
So sorry to disappoint you there. Who was complaining about the hammering earlier? You remember?
Oh yeah, I forgot his name though. Sorry.
So for you and your family, you know, they won't have to complain about you hammering.
Yeah, but it's all your fault.
Totally. I would never have to hammer anything if it wasn't for you. The whole live stream is all yours, all y'all's faults. So if it wasn't for all of you, if it wasn't for the chance that we get to interact with everybody who's watching right now, all the patrons, all the people who are worldwide watching,
I know.
all of you, this is what makes a live stream happen. And getting to interact with you, even if it's through a chat.
Or even post through your
Yeah.
comments on other things.
So worth it. And so very rewarding for, I would assume, both of us.
Yes.
And hopefully you enjoy it too. So thank
Way to
you
open
very
the
much.
conversation up.
Yeah. Thank you very much for hanging out with us again for a full Monday. For all the patrons, this was a 3-hour stream because we started an hour early.
And all of you that stuck with it through all 3 hours, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and let this move on to being a full stream as I have done in the past. So if you're watching this later, well, you got to see the whole thing anyway. But the first hour was reserved just for patrons for live interaction. And that was cool. We probably should do that more. You know, start a little early for patrons because that's pretty easy to do.
Right?
Yeah. So we're going to see you again next week. We'll be right back here at noon on Monday doing the very last episode of the Witcher Build.
Yeah. Putting the
And-
whole costume together, the makeup, the wig, the movie magic.
Movie magic. Gouging out his eye. No, I'm not
We
going
gotta give him a scar.
Definitely have to give him a
Gotta
scar.
give him a scar.
Do you have on your arm? Do you have?
Paint and glue and stuff.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe I just saw a shadow.
No, I probably I wore white when dealing with black
When-
paint, so it's my own damn fault.
It's your own damn fault.
I mean, my own darn fault. There's children watching.
Oh
Apparently.
yeah. Yes. Watch your language around the damn children. So thank you all so very much. And it's possible that Toby and Bruno will be back next week.
Yes, they definitely will be back next week. We need Toby to be Roach.
Yeah, Toby's got to be
They just
Roach.
weren't here this week because I did not want to risk screwing up. What
Right.
is that word? Screwing up.
Screwing up
the
is fine.
3D print.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
So
It's 2:01.
it's
you
2:01.
have a hard
I
out.
really have to go. So again, thank you all very, very much. I appreciate hanging out with you. See you all again next week. Sorry, I'm not directly answering things right now, but clock's
I'll read
ticking
them
for
later.
me. Yeah, I'll read them later. I promise. Thank you all. I've had a great time. I hope you did too.
Yes.
Now, where did the
Hasta la
button go?
vista, babies.
There it is. Ah, hasta la vista.
Okay.